Knucklehead Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit on Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
Randall Savage.
The Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings and you put it in some sauce and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios is good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? And I steal the question from Cabs.
I got it right. Look at this.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! Right.
Ooh, every time. The freestyle.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow.
I got a left elbow with a right elbow. I can hit that with the elbow.
Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow.
Did we update
and the
that?
arm bar.
And the right
Get the
toe.
arm bar.
And the
Get
right
the arm
toe.
with the bomb and the bomb bar.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
We can hear you, asshole.
I was like, yo, did we update the
Fuck
shit?
that! I'm here!
I was like, yo, did we update the video?
My apologies. My
I was like, what the fuck
apologies.
is show do a remix?
Yeah, this motherfucker, son. Show up and fuck shit up. We're gonna have to start calling Roman Reigns on the comic book one. Shit.
Whoa.
Motherfucker. Oh,
Show up, wreck
shit.
shit, and leave. So,
you usually mute me, bro.
I did, but usually I put the cameras on during the rap, so when it ends, we're all here. But I got a left elbow and a right elbow, and my new name now is just the toe. Anyway,
I promise y'all, on God, every time the intro's going on, I'm like, left elbow and the right elbow. Like, honestly, that's the knucklehead
Me
dance. What
too.
up, Flocka?
yeah, word. Yeah, I gotta make that a TikTok. We gotta do the left elbow and the right elbow TikTok. That's it.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is Tuesday. Show's trying to fuck up this podcast as best he can. In the car with his lights on. He got 3 times 4 equals 12. Like, eyes squinted and shit. It's blinding him. You know, he's blinded by the light and shit. All we see is teeth and amber light. We got the Knucklehead Comics in the building. Kaz, what's going on, bro?
It took us 14 years, 29 movies, a butthurt studio in Fox, 7 TV shows, a bunch of contractual mess so that we can finally have someone in the MCU say the word mutant. We are here. And thank you for that. And it wasn't even mutant. It was a variation of the word mutant. It was mutation. But we're
Word.
here, and I'm happy that we are.
I'm happy that we are also. It's been yeah. Yeah, that was exciting.
That's what we made this episode. Literally just about that.
Hey, yo, as soon as I heard the I hit up the group chat. I was like, yo, y'all hear that shit?
It's
Kaz was
funny.
like, my nigga.
I opened up the group chat to tell you I love it. Was more I want to talk about that, but obviously we'll do after intros. But this was more of a it's like a guitar riff. It was like they shredded that shit. You know what I mean? Flocka, stop moving. Just enjoy the show. You don't need to do laundry. You don't need to do squats. You don't need to do your taxes. Just chill.
Yeah.
Flocka, you move way too much. If there's ever a show that exudes lazy energy, it's this one. So
That's right.
You're
And
making it busy.
he just blew Show's mind because Show is like exudes.
Word. Exudes. You've been hanging around not too long.
Look. You got the same problem that Le had last week, bro. You guys got to get on from your computers, bro. I can't hear shit you saying.
Well, I ain't gonna talk. Just look at my face.
I'm okay with that.
We got to read your big ass lips. But yeah, man. Oh man, that was dope. And all right, so as always, we got Cap. Not as always, we have Show. And unless there's a hurricane in Miami, we got cabs that's going on, everybody. You know? Yep. And tonight, Cap has the question for all of us.
I'm so excited.
Word.
So, here's the weekly question. If you had no restrictions put on you whatsoever, what is your pie in the sky dream job? And I'll go first. I'll go first. That would give you guys time to think.
Shit.
I got it.
Would like to be a game show host. Put me on like
I think
Family
that's
Feud or
perfect.
whatever.
I think that's perfect. I would love to watch maybe Family Feud. I think it's time for Steve Harvey to move down.
Yeah.
Let's get Cap in
Truth be
there.
told, when we have family game night, I host Family Feud.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I thought of this question because yesterday, we were doing the gender reveal party for my cousin Claudia, who's
Awesome,
having
congrats.
a baby girl, by the way.
Congrats. That's awesome.
And her sister, Diana, she did like this old wives' tales game thing.
Sure.
And truth be told, she did a good job. But inside me, I was like, oh man, you're not getting the crowd hype. You're not making this fun. I'm confused with what, like, I so badly just wanted to, like, get out of here. Let me do this.
Give me the mic. Give me the damn mic.
Yeah.
So
And
it's funny.
It's funny because I'm not even that person that wants the center of attention. I just like hosting things.
Yeah, you're a fucking dungeon master. Like, of course, like it's in your blood, kid, for real. And I would love you did a game night here and got a lot of good reviews on your hosting. So, man, there's this podcast I watch of gamers. They are funded through Patreon and stuff, right? So one of the dudes in there, probably my favorite of them all, he was always wanted to be a game show host. So they like made a little like game show / RPG little thing called Mysterious Monsters. It's pretty good. Yo, honestly, like hosting a game show is super fun. Like that shit just looks great. But it's funny you asked the question because like I thought about it, but I immediately had it. So, and this is something that I still like wish to do, but the more we get in, the more older I get, the harder that it seems. I've always wanted to be the Anthony Bourdain of video games. Rest in peace, Anthony. So essentially, I had a whole thing where I would go to different parts of the world and see how they game. You know, there's some places in the world that kids are probably still rocking a PlayStation 1 like regularly. Like they don't have PS5s, they don't have Xboxes, they don't have PCs. You know, so just go around there, see like their whole thing. And like I had an idea where I would pick a family out of like a bunch of people who like hit me up or whatnot, and just like give them a console. Hopefully, I can give them like a year of internet that they could keep paying for. Because nowadays, if you get a console, you need internet. But just go to different like arcades all over the world, see how they're gaming. Go to like third world countries that might not have a great setup, but can still somehow game on some little TV and just capture that shit. That's something I've always wanted to do. And again, I don't know if I could still pull that off. I'm a little older now, and got kids and shit. But it would. I feel like that would be a fun idea.
Yo, CNN hit us up. We just gave you an hour to 2 hour block of television programming.
Son, like, bro, like I don't think it'll get boring. Just go somewhere new, every time, see how people are gaming. Even if you just like saved up all your money, or your parents saved up all their money to like get you an iPhone, and you're just playing iPhone games. And I don't know, maybe you're projecting it to the wall, something crazy like that. Like I would love to see that. I want to see some ghetto rigs. Feel me? I want to see people still rocking that NES, like they're bringing Nintendo cartridges to their homes. Like, yo, this is all I got, but I love it, and I just want to sit there and play with them and just vibe and kick it. And
Yo, I can't wait for that episode in this world here, where you show up to some random place and this kid's like, "Yo, I just got this brand new game. I don't know if you heard of it, Super Mario 3."
I would faint.
Oh, is it new?
I'd be like, new, huh? Okay, let's see. Pop that bitch in there. Let's go. But how cool would that be? Like, imagine that to some person, that is a new game. And maybe not something like that, but like, maybe like a PS2 game or PS3 game. Like, yo, this is what I'm rocking. We can't get internet around here. So I can't get these consoles that are constantly updating. So I need a PS2. Like, fuck yeah, let's play PS2. PS2 is one of the best gaming libraries of all time. So yeah, I would fucking love to do something like that.
That sounds dope. That's original too. You don't
I
see
legit have things written down about it. Like I thought this out. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's up though. Shit, yo, when we get enough money, Kaz, we're gonna do that. That's gonna be a part of the fucking Knucklehead Network.
Can I tell y'all what sparked it? So, I mean, I've always been into games. I've tried streaming. And yo, I had a little buzz with streaming, like back in 2017. I had a little buzz, right? Like a few people were like coming in, watching. Obviously, a lot of friends supporting. But like, I remember I did like a retro type of stream, and I was playing this Dreamcast game called Shenmue. And this guy pulls up to the stream, and he's like, "Yo, I don't know who the fuck you are, but you're streaming Shenmue. I'm here." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And he was like, "Yo, I might not come for everything else, but I'll be here for Shenmue." And that was the only Shenmue stream I did, because like a week or two after that, life just got a little rough. But you never know, maybe we'll be back for that. But what sparked this, I read an article. Yo, the most heartwarming thing ever to a gamer, at least for me. There's this kid, and I don't know if this is true or not, but whether it's true or not, it's an incredible story. So it's this kid who lost his dad, right? And him and his dad used to play Xbox together. They used to play a rally sport game. I forget the game. I think it was Rally Sport. And they used to play that. And that was like their thing. That's how they bonded. So when dad passed away, he was kind of bummed, of course. And yo, what's up, Kenny?
What up, Kenny?
And he went away from like video games, and he stopped and just didn't really play again. So they were cleaning out the attic or whatnot, and they found the Xbox, regular Xbox, that big blocky shit from 2002. So he found it. The game is in there. So he plays the game, just like, finally I could turn it on, whatever. And in the game, he finds a you do like time lapse, not time, like like time attacks where you're just racing to try to get the best time around the course, and his dad's ghost was in there saved. So his dad had like the number one record on like all the tracks because he was good, and the ghost was there. So this kid ended up playing and would race against his dad, but never beat his dad. Like he'll stop when the race was about to end so that the ghost of his dad can still remain in there. And bro, like I was reading that shit and I got choked up. Like, dude, wow, that's insane. Because yeah, like there's probably a bunch of old consoles you got laying around with that kind of save data in there. You know what I mean? So to lose your dad, not play video games, come back years later and find your dad's ghost running around the track in that game, dude, that's movie shit. That's crazy.
Yeah. I didn't know this was going to be a try not to cry challenge.
I know, bro. I didn't mean to take it there, but that's what got me here. Yeah, that's what got me to that idea. Just seeing how people game and like what gaming means to people. You know, I don't want to take up too much time, but I have some really fun like family gaming stories. Like when people ask me why I game, I have a particular story, which we don't got to get into. You answer the question, so.
I mean, so that could be next week's question.
Yeah, I guess.
But, it's weird. It's difficult because while you're talking, I'm trying to think of an answer, and I always wanted to be a wrestler, but throughout the years, the thing is, I've always been the type of person that tried almost everything.
Sure.
So like, you know, I hurt myself, so the wrestling thing kind of like went away, and then I was like, yo, I honestly believe that I can out talk any of them on a good day. So I was like, yo, why not be like an announcer or like a color commentator or some shit?
I think I've called you Jim Ross multiple times on this podcast.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I thought about doing that, and you know, when I was the only one here and I was watching the NBA finals and I was calling the games, it was fun.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, you know, but then doing the podcast and being able to talk to people and having those real conversations, it's one of those things where it's like pie in the sky. I just want to be able to do something that I can connect with people, but also like my dream has always been to solidify a neighborhood, like to build a neighborhood from the ground up and have my people in there and like make the old school block again.
That's awesome, man. That's
you know
dope.
what I'm saying? Yeah. So however way I can do that is my pie in the sky job. You know what I'm saying? Like I want, yeah, man. I want to be able to like you know those like private neighborhoods, like you walk, like there's only one way in and out.
For
like
sure.
I want people to like, I want to be able to walk out my house and be like, yeah, and then we have a huge ass barbecue and the whole fucking neighborhood's there, and it's all our peoples.
Bunch of bougie Bronx motherfuckers.
Word, you know what I'm saying? It's all our peoples, and it's like they don't have to worry.
The tang will be flowing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like shit.
That's awesome, man. That's nice because like with your pie in the sky dream, you're actually giving back.
Yeah, you know that's
awesome.
my thing. Because nothing beats like the old block, like back in the day when you walked outside. And 5 minutes later, everyone else came outside like, yo, what are we doing?
Some people ask me, like a lot of people, not anymore, but a lot of people over here in Miami, like I'm not a guy that does the New York versus Miami thing. I love New York and everything there, and I love Miami and the life that I've built here. But a lot of people ask me, what do I miss the most of New York? And honestly, it was just Saturday nights where I linked up with the homies right down Broadway, walked to the liquor store, saw more people along the way, got to where we were going. Everybody's just block chilling. There was this dude. He was I think he was related to one of us, and he lived in Brooklyn, and we started like hanging with him through like one of the guys like sisters somebody was dating. I don't know. I don't want to say too much details. And we brought him out to the Heights for one summer night. And my man was dumbfounded. He was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, y'all just chilling here, a bunch of women walking by. We all lit. Like, ain't no trouble. Like, this is incredible. He was like, y'all got to do this more often. Yes, I do miss that old school, like, block chilling.
Yeah.
That shit is unmatched.
Word.
Yeah. Cap, to go off of your show I did, what we used to do in the summertime, bring our TV out to the front porch when we used to live in our house, bring our N64, just play. If you lose your route, the next person sits in. Perfect Dark, WrestleMania 2000, GoldenEye, whatever.
How good is that? Imagine going to some little town, some little favela in Brazil, and they're just doing that. Like, yeah, put me in here. And imagine like mama's there, like, oh, are you hungry? I'm in Brazil. Of course I'm fucking hungry. Like, give me everything you got. Like, you know what I'm saying? How dope would that be? I would love to just travel the world and just see how people game, man. Japan wouldn't be like on top of the list because we know how y'all game. Y'all are the mecca of gaming. But I really would just go to some like poor third world country. You know what I mean? Go to some like slum in Guatemala and see some kid just rocking his game gear. What? How good would that be? How good? I would love that.
Yeah, that would be dope. I feel like in Japan or China, you like, yo, the gaming, and it's just one old dude with a whip. Poof, press the button faster. But in their language,
it'll be a 5-minute episode. Like, yeah. These motherfuckers still have arcades here. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, normal. Arcades are normal still in Japan. How good?
My man's doing arithmetic while he's fucking gaming.
Yeah. It's just way ahead of the game. We know how y'all do it. I need to go like fucking, I don't know, somewhere in like fucking Egypt or something, man. Like, you know, just see what they're doing out there, man. Like, imagine someone just put, I still rock this Atari 2600. I'm like, oh, do you?
You know what also would be cool? If you did the same thing, but try to see if different countries and cultures have their own comics.
Oh, that too? Hell yeah.
With their own heroes and their own shit that we don't even know about.
Yeah, see how the different regions are. Yeah, bro. I guess in a way I can summarize it as, and it's funny, I say it here all the time. I just want to see how people are living. I just want to see how people are chilling. Because it's like, you know, growing up, like, you know, meager beginnings and, you know, going to the Dominican Republic and see how people doing out there and hearing everything. Like, you know, just because you don't live a life of luxury doesn't mean you don't have fun. Like, we made the best out of the worst situations. I remember whenever we had like the light cut off in New York, I used to take old TV guides and cut shit out and paste it onto white paper and make my own comics. Like, I used to, you know what I mean? Like, that was some of the most fun I ever had in my life, kid. And it was nothing. And I'm pretty sure all over the world, tons of people do that kind of same shit to just have fun, you know? I would love to see that.
Yeah. In fucking Target now, they have this game, Spike Ball, where you like hit a ball on a small trampoline and you got to run around and blah blah blah. Dude, 25 years ago, me and Vin and my boy was doing that outside of the house, a square on concrete. Got to keep the ball in the square, run around.
Yeah. So it like even that stupid game like tetherball, that game is so dumb to me. But it generally looks like something to do when there's nothing to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, so tell me if you remember this. We had a game called Over the Wire.
Yeah.
On our side of the street, the wires that go from the power pole,
telephone pole. Yeah.
We would throw a ball over it, sky high, and you had to catch it. If you didn't catch it, it was a point for us.
Just making up games. And just like, you know, like some of the best games came out of just making up some shit in the street.
Yo, and you know, not for nothing, because of games like that, when we played Little League Baseball, we had like the Golden Gloves. Yeah. Nobody was getting shit past us.
Yeah. Like, yo, I have this whole thing about like bunch of hood ninjas. Like, shit we used to do back in the day prepared us for a lot of shit. Like, I saw some dude talking about this, and he was like, even the games we played, like Punch Buggy. Like, yo, Punch Buggy gave you like, you know, awareness. Like, you knew how to react. Like, as soon as you saw a Punch Buggy, you don't say Punch Buggy, you get punched hard. Like, we weren't holding back. Like, people, you remember open chess? open chest was so dangerous that they had to ban that shit. Like you had to be on constant watch. You know what I'm saying? So like so much things that we did as kids like prepared us for this kind of shit. Like corners in like an elevator. You go in, it's like 6 people, everybody out corners. There's only 4 corners. It's a box. So if you didn't get out of the corner, you was getting fucked up. Like all of that shit made our awareness and perception like really like adept. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I promise you, like if it wasn't for that kind of shit, I wouldn't be so quick to notice stuff in my peripherals. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
son, it's hood ninjas, bro. Dudes doing crazy. Like even some, yo, bro, opening the pump for water, my man, that shit will make you brolic if you was doing that on the daily. That shit is, hey, listen to me. I know y'all see a bunch of New Yorkers, you know, in that water and stuff. Somebody needed to get a tool to get in there. And yo, sometimes it was a 2-man job. That shit is not easy.
Your word.
That shit is so commonplace today.
Yeah.
That on days like this where we got 90-degree weather for a week straight, you can literally call your fire department and they will put a fucking attachment, like a sprinkler attachment, on the fire hydrant so you can play in the water.
And yo,
that's how legitimized we made it.
Before they used to come and shut us down. Before they used to come and just close it up.
Yo,
I was like, bro, we can't stop them.
The fire hydrant in front of the where we used to live, they actually put a lock on it, so we couldn't open it up for shit.
Yeah, and then dudes are super like creative. They would take a can, hollow out the can, so you just got like I could see through it, and then they put it where the water pressure was coming out of, and fucking guide the shit.
Yeah. It was like a super hose.
I'm telling you, man, there's so much incredible shit you learn in the hood, and when you broke, like, like I want to know the genius who said, "Yo, it's cold as shit, and we got no heat here. Yo, just turn on the oven, leave it open for a bit." Like, who was the genius that created that? That's a smart idea. Like, obviously, gas is dangerous. You gotta be careful, and you know your bill might come up a little high. It's either that or frostbite. Feel me? Like, it's a lot of cool shit you learn in the hood, man. A lot of cool stuff. Give me 1 second, fellas. I'm gonna do a little potty break. Start everything. I'll be right back.
All right. So Sho said that he wanted to save this question for when he got home. So I'm assuming he's gonna be home in a little while. So don't forget the question you asked, Cap, because when he comes back on, we're gonna ask the question to Sho.
Oh, what did the whole job question?
Yeah,
Okay.
that whole job question. But for right now, I want to talk about how when we made our predictions or how we would bring the mutants into the MCU, no one talked about Miss Marvel.
Yeah, well, first off, Miss Marvel's supposed to be Inhuman, not mutant. So I don't know if you want to bring up what the difference would be.
You know what's crazy though? Kind of like in Miss Marvel, they kind of made it seem like they're the same shit.
So they are, but they aren't.
All right, so give us a history of the Inhumans.
Right. So just for a simplification, Inhumans versus mutants is the same difference between Coke and Pepsi. Like essentially, it's the same shit, but there's a slight difference. So mutants, they were the child of the atom. It was originally based on there was so much nuclear testing and all this other shit that it literally changed DNA. And over time, with the evolution of normal human evolution, the next step was mutation. So you were born with a mutation, and then when you hit puberty, it manifested itself, and you have whatever power came with it. Just to show you real life, like blue eyes, that's an actual mutation.
But a digital mutation, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a mutant, you guys are not. Sorry, but no.
Dang it.
So Inhumans are similar but different, where the Kree actually experimented with like the Cro-Magnon men, way back with fucking caveman days, and they spliced some of their DNA, and then over time, it got passed down through generations, and then they have a whole process called pterogenesis, where you get hit with this mist and you crystallize into like a statue, and then when you come out of it, you
You
develop.
look like Carol Danvers.
Huh?
And when you get out of that crystal, you look like Carol Danvers. We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
So the main difference is, like I said, mutants were born from the start as just an evolutionary thing because Stan Lee was like, "Hey, I'm getting tired of coming up with reasons, so fuck it, you're just born with it now. Maybe it's Maybelline, maybe you're born with it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inhumans was, I forget who came up with Inhumans, but they essentially were doing a similar thing, and I think it stemmed from the fact that X-Men was always kind of its own thing in Marvel. Like they always had their own corner of the Marvel universe in the comics, and yeah, they interacted a couple of times, but they were really on to themselves. Where Inhumans could be more generally spread and interact more. Major differences: mutants deal with our world. They deal with racism. They deal with classism. They deal with us and everybody else. Inhumans have their own society, led by Black Bolt, and they have their own stations. And depending on what type of powers you get, it depends on what station you are in life. So if you don't get something that impressive, you're in a lower class. It's like a class system, basically. You're in a lower class. And it goes on from there the more useful you are.
So this podcast has made me enjoy something that I didn't think I would enjoy. I like to look into the legalities and all of the contractual shit that happens with a lot of these crossovers. We've mentioned it before. A lot of it's to sell toys and all of that. So the Inhumans was, I think Jack Kirby helped write the Inhumans way back in the 60s. But they've always been like low key. The Inhumans got a humongous surge in like 2010, 2011, 2012. Here we go with the contract shit. This shit is so funny to me, and it's always some contractual bullshit. So, at this time, Fox had already owned the properties to X-Men. They were dropping movies already and stuff. So, what the writers for X-Men were saying, yo, listen, these guys own X-Men. Any new people that you bring out, they could just use it and make a movie. Let's not do that. Let them use all the old people there. So then they were like, yo, from now on, y'all can't make no more X-Men. From now on, we're bringing back the Inhumans. Everybody's just making Inhumans, so Fox can't steal our shit. That is hysterical to me. Where it's like, yo, it's true, because it's like Kamala Khan is relatively new. Kamala Khan dropped 2013. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was, what, fucking 9 years ago? That's like
Yep.
right there. So like, they were like, bro, if you pull out a new hero and call it an X-Men, no, they're going to use it. Just make Inhumans. I think that shit is so good. Although the Inhumans been around since the 60s, they started using them way more to get out of that legality and all of that shit. It's so funny.
Yeah. It's funny you bring that up because they also did the same thing with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
They literally stopped the run of Fantastic Four. They didn't write anything. They used them other places, but they didn't write any new comics to prevent Fox from doing more shit.
They literally have, and I didn't read the whole comic, but I would say like back in 2016, I put a couple pages and they actually have a comic called The Uncanny Inhumans. It's actually a pretty dope looking comic. Great art, but like the Uncanny X-Men, they're like, nah, cut all that shit. Fuck X-Men. We're doing Inhumans exclusively now. That's just so funny to me. Like when people have to do the sidestep contracts, it's so weird.
Yeah, but it's also weird to think that why would you give the rights for them to make a movie, but why would you do such a sweeping thing where if I make a new character, then you also now own that character? What?
Yeah, you're just gonna grab the character. Like, you don't like you own the X-Men property. Yeah, but like, fuck, dude. Like, any new character like I put out there now is just fair game. That's really weird. I mean, maybe it was just nervous, maybe just nerves. Because let me tell you, back when X-Men 1 came out, was nobody ready to do a movie about a Pakistani superhero girl from Jersey.
Yeah.
No
Nah.
one was gonna do that back then. It's sad and unfortunate to say, but I think it would have been good with Kamala. But I mean, there were some other people that I guess they could have described.
But
You know what's funny?
ahead.
My bad. The funny thing is, in that first X-Men, Kamala would have been perfect to replace Rogue.
Or even Jubilee.
Well, yeah, everybody was expecting like that should have been Jubilee, because even in the
Yeah.
cartoon that was Jubilee. But I don't know why they made that shit Rogue. But yeah,
Yo,
that
what's funny is the X-Men actually do have a Muslim character named Dust, who her mutant ability is she turns into sand and like can control, like make sandstorms and shit like that. And she wears the whole hijab and everything, and she's proud of it. And it's not like something forced on her. She does it because she wants. Like, they do have their own version of a Miss Marvel character. Had Fox still kept the rights, it was making movies.
It would have it was like X-Men as a whole was just super progressive at the time. That whole cast was just a bunch of different people from different places, and it just worked. No one questioned it. Like,
yeah.
it's just easy, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like, what do you and I know we talk about this a lot here, how the MCU, and wait, before we go on and Cap, I need to talk to you about this because all right. That whole mutation scene was added way later.
Yeah.
It had to be. That had to be some reshoot shit after. Because, yo, look at what I peep game. At the end of that episode, Bruno slips in a letter to a locker. Like, I gotta be Kamala's locker. It's that whole movie trope. Oh, I'm going away. Here's how I really feel. And then a week later, they're just chilling, about to go get shawarma. Like, what did Bruno like come back? Is this like his first week back from Caltech? Had he not left yet, or did he leave that letter for someone else? So that's weird.
So if you notice, he does leave the letter.
Yeah.
It does say a week later.
Uh-huh.
But he says Cameron left his car.
So he
Here.
went to pick it up, I guess.
Yeah. So he didn't leave to Caltech yet.
Okay, yeah.
What could have happened is
That makes it
he
even
could've-
weirder.
Well, no, because he could have put the letter in the thing, and then the school was attacked. They had to clean up all the foam.
I
You're
guess
not just
that's
going to show up the next day.
I get you. School is
Right?
closed. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it was a Saturday. So you
Yeah,
had
and it was-
Sunday. Maybe they didn't show up Monday.
True.
Maybe that letter has nothing to do with I'm revealing my true feelings or I'm revealing something else. Maybe that it's a different context of what that letter is.
Maybe it's like, hey, you're a mutant.
Yeah, but from what I understood, this was a plan that Feige had from the beginning.
All along to make her a mutant.
Yeah. And
So then that's my next question. How do you feel about it?
So I'm of two minds about it, because I understand that the Inhumans will never be as popular as X-Men, and I understand that you can't have it would be kind of redundant to have Inhumans and mutants in the MCU,
Sure.
because like I said, they're basically the same shit.
Even though Black Bolt was introduced as the Inhuman King,
But no, so here's the thing, right? Black Bolt's introduced. So we do know that in some universes there are Inhumans.
for sure.
So maybe it is like the variants where Loki's a black dude over here, he's a crocodile in that one, he's a female over there. Maybe the mutation scale goes mutant in our universe, Inhuman in that universe, something else in that universe, but it's all interchanged as the same thing.
Now
That's why I asked. That's why I
all
asked.
right. So I have an opinion on this, and it's based off of the whole season of Miss Marvel. Now, when they first find the powers for Miss Marvel, they said that the gauntlet unlocked something in her, and
was in her the whole time.
yeah, it was in her the whole time. It was leading towards like inhuman shit, right? Then when she found the Desolants, what are these people? Her
Clandestine.
The
the
clandestines.
the clandestines, right? The woman was like, "Yo, they called us this, they called us that, they called us this, they called us that, they called us jinns," right? So she's like, "I'm a jinn." She didn't know, like, she knew that she had something in her. I'm a jinn. I'm magical, right? But I'm also a clandestine. And then the guy from the Red Dagger was like, "You're not a clandestine." And the grandma mentioned if Thor would have landed on that mountain,
He
it'd
would
have
have been a
called his
jinn.
ass a jinn.
Yup.
So then she's sitting there talking to her grandmother like she's still trying to find out who she is. And the grandmother's like, I'm Pakistani because an Italian person made up lines and tells me that's what I am, but I'm from India. She's like, I'm so many different things that the search for what I am isn't anything. Like, why are you such in a rush? Take your time.
Love
Right?
that part.
The whole message of this show was basically like, be who you are, but a label doesn't define you.
She said
So
it
that
too.
yeah, so that also leads to Inhumans, mutants, magic like jinns in other, like everyone's territory. It means the same shit.
We're all the same.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a Puerto Rican, a Dominican, a Cuban. We're all Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? Like we're like there's so many different names for the type of race that we are, but we're all Spanish. You know what I'm saying? So I
Which
think
is what we've
that,
been saying this whole show. We're all the
Yes.
same.
yeah. So what I think Marvel has officially done was we got the X-Men back, Inhumans and mutants and all these mutated people and all that. Is like they're all the same shit.
We're all
It's
the
how
same.
it's how you identify, which also brings the X-Men and the mutant thing more current, because back in the day it was about racism and how the mutants were basically a different race and everyone hated them because they were different. Now if you sit there and you go, it's whatever you identify as, because it's just a label. Now that also brings in your gender, your sexual orientation, your what if you're gay or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It brings all that into the mix too. It's no longer just about race. It's about everything else that that you identify as, which we have a struggle in this in this day and age, and it's in this country at least also.
I love that too because, even like in the comics, like her whole embiggen power, like
Yeah.
it's kind of like a meta narrative to like puberty,
Yeah.
growing and weird shit happening to you. And it's like nowadays, it's just about how you identify. And she says it like the title of her comic that released in 2013. You can see it says this is No Normal, which was the last episode. That's what the name of it. And
Yep.
she says it says nothing's normal. It's just what you do with what you've been given. And bro, let me tell you, Miss Marvel, that whole show been dropping bombs and gems all day
Yo.
long.
Yeah.
Sheik Abdullah, we spoke about it. Let him know, Cap. Sheik Abdullah,
Yo.
bro.
When this dude, so when the lady came in from damage control,
Yeah.
all right, and it was, let me see the IDs and blah, blah, blah. He said something to the effect with, I don't have to stand with God because I know he's standing with me.
Yeah, so
And he's going to
good.
do the right thing.
So good.
Which I was like, yo, Tiger,
Yo.
what the fuck, bro? How come they get it?
You know what he
You
also
literally
said?
have a movie about gods.
and-
Why did we get that?
And you know what? It's something he also said that kind of relates to the Thor shit is just because they made you their enemy doesn't give you the right to make them your enemy.
100.
Yeah.
100.
So that's something that you think of like, hold on, wait. You never really think about that. It's like, oh, well, I'm your enemy. Well, now you're my enemy. It's like, you could sit there and be on some, well, I don't know what you have a problem with me, but I don't have a problem with you.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, I'm about to say something that some people might say is contradictory, but because there's a such thing called nuance, both, two things can be true at the same time.
Absolutely.
So we made mention, I'm not a big fan of religion, but this put like religion, yes, they focus on the Muslim religion, but what he was saying is fundamentally or can be fundamentally true for all religion. When you take a leap of faith, whether you're Jewish, Buddhist, Christian, Catholic, walking, what do you call it, the whole sand, the footprints in the sand, is there because he's got you. You don't have to get him.
Yeah.
You know, the whole is, it's not, something good is not, inherent. It's just in the actions you do, how you present yourself. What Toe just said about don't make, just because they're mad at you, don't mean lash out in anger towards them. All this is what good can come from a religious leaning, like the teachings and all that shit are supposed to bring.
Yeah. Instead of all that controversial stuff that you make out of it.
And if you draw a parallel to what he said about I don't need to be with him because I know that he got me, it's kind of like the parents. Like when the mother finally accepted her as a superhero and then was like, I trust you. Whereas like I know that no matter what, I'm going to love you. So go ahead, do your thing. Like you don't have to be here for me because I know I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. I've been saying it the whole time how Kamala's mom, Muniba, is so like, alike to my mom. And on this episode is where I found the difference. Because if I were to tell my mom that I was a superhero, she'd be like, yo, cut that shit out. You're going to get us deported. You know what I'm saying? Like you bringing way too much attention. Cut that shit out. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get us deported.
Yep.
It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
But you ain't no fucking superhero.
I thought it was really fun, man. Yeah. I thought it was really a really nice moment.
I just want to point out that I think when we did a review for the first episode, I called it that it was going to be the mom who not only learned to be cool with it, but made the fucking costume.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? The mother gave her costume and the father gave her name.
Yeah,
so,
man.
To circle back to your question.
They're just chilling there on the roof. They're just chilling.
Yeah.
Marvel, you don't got to put an action scene and everything. Give me a whole movie of talking.
Yeah, a little guitar riff.
I got something to say about the riff, but
To go back to your question, I said I was two minds of it. A part of me is like, I'm for the movie, for the show, how everything was so tied to her family and her being a mutant and the way her powers are for the show make her more functionally useful for movie purposes. Because if you're going to throw her with Sam as Captain America, then her and Bigging thing, fine. But you're going to throw her out in the cosmic space with Photon or Spectre or whatever they're going to call her and Captain Marvel, she's going to need a little bit more help.
Yeah.
And her powers are definitely more help in that regard. So it's the same way I feel like with Civil War, with the Civil War movie, where I love the first Civil War comic. That's one of the best things Marvel has ever done.
A lot of people say that.
And I like the fucking movie, but the movie is not the comic. But at the same token, the movie works perfectly for the story they were telling through the movies. It's a natural progression for when the movies come in. So for the TV show, I like how they did it. From a comic book standpoint, if you weren't going to use this as the linchpin to bring in mutants, I would have been like, I still wish whatever. But like I said, there's more utility for her to be more functional as a participant in the movies that she's going to be in. If that makes any sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
So I was listening to an Easter egg video, and I think Cabs may have seen it also because I know you watch this guy. But he was theorizing that when they said that you needed two of the bracelets, that the 10 rings were the other bracelet.
They look alike.
or at the very least, they come from the same power source. Like they're pretty much, the same to each other.
So
And
so so go ahead, my bad.
no, he was saying that that beacon is in the negative zone, or the other gauntlet's in the negative zone, and you need this.
I think he went a little too crazy
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
The negative zone, and
Yeah.
I did
Well,
watch
because
it.
of that other guy with the two gauntlet shits that he draws
Yeah.
powers from the negative
Yeah.
zone.
Yo, did he get too cute?
He got he was borderlining. He was borderlining. No, but like I mean, they make crazy, predictions and shit. So I had said a while ago that I was like, yo, it's funny that at the end of Shang-Chi, we had that whole little post-credit scene with Miss Marvel and Bruce Banner, and I was like, okay, so how is this gonna link to all of that? And it could be through the 10 rings. The 10 rings could be the other bangle broken down. Very similar. They glow the same, they sound the same. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
cool. So like I'm okay. Like I have some pie in the sky, not theories, but like some cool shit that I would have liked to seen to like maybe keep her as an inhuman and still introduce mutants. Like, yo, this is me just going off on some ridiculous shit. Like, imagine that little end credit scene. It wasn't a post credit scene. It was just end of the show. And imagine it's like you just see two pairs of feet on a rooftop, right? And you hear, like you just hear someone say, "Professor, I don't think this is who you think it is." And then you hear Xavier, like, "Jean, what do you think?" And Jean's like, "I don't think she's a mutant." And then Scott just goes, "Professor, what is she?" And then boom, that's it. Clearly we know she's an inhuman, and we just introduced the fucking X-Men. I know that is ridiculous. I know, guys. Don't get at me. But that something along that would have been super fun. But Cap makes a good point. Just the last thing we need in the MCU now is more confusion,
You know,
right?
but
Just keep it simple. She's a mutant, first mutant 616. If there's anybody that could have been that martyr, is Kamala, right?
yeah.
Yo.
You know what's crazy, that your theory works, but let's say if they would have turned around and been like, she's not a mutant. Good. We don't need that kind of attention.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to be like they keep everything under wraps. Like Professor X on the daily is erasing memory of mutants being around.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's also good. I just want to point out real quick that when he said, "Oh, do you have a mutation in that Rift place?" She's like, "Oh, I don't care. It's just another label."
Yeah.
Which means, yes, we have mutants in the MCU now that are going to start awakening, and that can lead into X-Men. But do you know what a mutant is? The people in the MCU know what a mutant is.
They're all
Would it
freaks.
not be feasible? Would it not be feasible for somebody to think that a mutant is inhuman?
Yeah.
You could still call her. You could still have somebody call her an inhuman
Mm-hmm.
up until the point where she meets the X-Men, and then we figure out that a word.
They
is
run
just a-
tests. They run tests. Yeah.
No, but I mean, you could keep her a mutant the whole way through. It's just she doesn't hear that term. Like everybody, when you say mutant, you think X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
But again, nobody knows what X-Men are. So it wouldn't be too feasible for some people to just wrong terminology, inhuman.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they think she is. And then these guys creep up, and then later down the road they merge. They find the perfect balance.
Like even the DODC, they could
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
a weird
Yeah.
label on it. Yeah.
So who would you get to name her an official Inhuman? Like Reed Richards? Would
So
you
I
get
wouldn't-
Professor X?
Again, I wouldn't make it official. I would just have the I want to choose my words correctly. The ignorance of the general population within the MCU just use the term inhuman, because what she can do is not is inhuman. They've only fought aliens, wizards, robots, right?
Yeah.
Good
Like,
callback.
The
Good
bad
callback.
three. The big three.
The big
Yeah.
three. Good callback.
Like everything so far has been explained by some sort of outside process put upon that person that's enhanced.
That's
Like
what I
they
was gonna
know
say.
enhanced. When they find, oh, Kamala was born with it, that's a different ball game. That's a different category.
So many possibilities. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wouldn't make her. I would play with that, like I said, and not make it official. But that's the term people use for her because they don't know the rest of the group is out there. And even when the rest of the group shows up, they're not gonna make the connection that quickly. Like let that connection grow.
Yeah,
Over time, you might
they
not
wouldn't be
even
able to
need to make it.
differentiate.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to differentiate like to the populace. She's just a freak, like which is a good segue, I think, to the embiggen. So, like I know we all here. We were like, yo, you got to change the powers for the MCU. I'm still a little like. I guess the word is indifferent. I don't know. Like it was fun to see her embiggen, but she's embiggening with these cosmic powers. And the writers of the show said it like, yo, this isn't Kamala's final form. So, maybe later on she just starts pulling from the multiverse and it's her skin or whatever. I don't know. But what did you guys think of the embiggen? Yeah.
Right off the bat, I think when they said that this isn't her final form, I think they were hinting at the mutant, the X-Men connection that nobody saw coming.
I hear you.
But when she said embiggen and fucking grew, I was like, yo, all right. Doesn't matter how we got here, we got here.
We're here.
I'm all for it. Yeah. We're here. It's kind of like hitting on a girl. And you stumble your way through it, but somehow she still says yes.
You still got the number. Yeah,
still got the number. Just go from there. Who gives a shit? Like,
you're literally walking away like, yo, how the hell did I pull that off?
Don't ask how the hot dog was made.
So like I know we spoke about it. I know that we were okay with like the cosmic power, and we always say how they have to fit things into the MCU. I was glad to see the embiggen, but part of me was like, man, I would really like to see her embiggen the same way from the comics, but whatever. I don't even think we'll get that. I guess I'm like okay with it, but I'm not okay with it. I think I'm nitpicking at this point, but I thought it was fun to see her in her embiggen form.
You know what I would like? If this truly, like maybe I'm wrong and this truly isn't her fully formed thing, I wouldn't mind if she still had the quantum or whatever, the Noor light.
The light.
Right? I wouldn't mind if she had that encasing. Because again, you still need to be functional in this. But I would like to see, instead of it extend out and be separate, like her hand actually grows and it's still covered in it.
Yeah.
Like maybe that could have been the balance.
Yeah, which is, I think, in a way, kind of what they were going for there. I thought it was cool. It was nice, and shout out to the Spider-Man moment. When the community stands in front of her, I said, yes, even the cops, dude. The cops, I know, fuck that. Like, get out of here, DODC. Like, clearly you're working rogue and you guys don't even listen to your own superiors. Fuck that. This is our homie. This is our hero. She's from here. We might not know who she is, but we know she's from here and we're just going to protect her. I said, fuck yes. Give me moments like that. I shot up out the chair with that one. The last 10 minutes of this episode, I was standing up pacing. Legit.
I even like the fact that when I'm bad with names. It's a military thing. I don't ever have to use the name. But Nakia,
her homegirl.
When she was talking with Zoe, and she was like, yo, you knew and you didn't say anything? And Zoe's like, oh, yo, she saved my life. Whenever she's ready to tell people, she should be able to do it on her own. I was like, yo,
how good?
Like, come on.
Good.
Yeah.
How can we have such different writing through these different properties? Like, the shows have been hitting, bro. Like, man, these one-liners, these nice little like touches, and it's like even the whole like kind of Home Alone-ish, setting the traps
Yeah.
up at the school, like even that was fun.
You know what I think it is? I think it's the dynamic of you can have a story for these children because you already know, they're self conscious. They know the right thing, but sometimes they don't do it. Sometimes they're just full of shit. Like they're struggling, they're trying to find themselves and all that. It's easy to relate to that and write a story around that and
So
make
we
it.
can accept
Make
we
it.
can
Yeah.
accept we can accept mistakes from
Yeah.
kids as opposed to adults.
Yes, but for Thor, it's almost like trying to write a sympathetic character that's filthy rich.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you have like you're literally a god. There's a little bit that I give a shit that you missing, Jane. You're gonna live for thousands of years, and there's gonna be like 4 million Janes.
Like,
what I'm saying? Like,
boo-hoo, motherfucker.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
like when his mom died, like that connects with everyone.
Yeah.
Because, that's major loss. But it's just like yo, bro, you're driving around in a Bugatti, and then you want me to feel sorry for you. Like, I don't know how that works. I don't know.
They just threw out so much of Thor's development throughout the years for this ridiculous movie. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. The more I think about the movie, the more it pisses me off. Yo, I watched a review, and this guy, he just started his channel like a couple months back, and he's already getting hundreds of thousands, of views. And he's mostly shitting on it. His name is The Movie Cynic, and he's shitting on a lot of stuff. He's shitting on Obi-Wan. He's shitting on a lot of Disney stuff, and he ripped Thor a new asshole. Like, yo, like I felt like if people sit here and tell me that Thor was bad, I can't defend Thor. I can tell you some things that I enjoyed, and maybe you could have possibly enjoyed too through a different lens. But you have the right to say that movie was. I don't want to give you trash, but I would give you not great,
Basuda.
not good. That's the same thing in a different language.
They don't know that.
It hurts more in English for some reason.
The movie was
It was meh. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But this guy destroyed Thor in one of the most well-articulated and just overall crazy rants that I've ever heard. And I started I hate to have people sway my opinion, but he just brought out some really good freaking points. And the one thing that he drove home is like, yo, Thor in Infinity War was an incredible character. That was peak Thor. When Thor shows up in Wakanda and wants all the smoke with Thanos, we lost our minds. We did not get that once in this movie. In fact, what we got was a shot of his ass.
yeah.
We didn't get that hype moment, which is, something that MCU is perfect. And I want to say, like, did we get that hype moment in Doctor Strange? That like picking up Mjolnir or saying, bring me Thanos or I am Iron Man. We lost that. Where are these hype moments? And man, like it's tough to, like, when you look at the writing, and I'm not trying to say that all the writing in Mr. Marvel was excellent either. There was cringe. People have the right to say that some things were cringy. But when you start talking about like her religion, the fact that she's a woman, there's no space for that.
Yeah,
here.
we don't agree with that.
We don't at all. But if some of the writing was cringy, I can hear you. But man, it's real different. Like we talk about Sheik Abdullah. Sheik Abdullah been dropping these gems since we met him. He goes, Kamala, good isn't something that you are, it's something that you do.
Yep.
And seeing Kamala come around full circle and say that to Kamran, like, yo, it's not about what you do. It's about it's not about who you are. It's about what you have inside you and what you do with it. Like it's like comedians. Comedians have like an hour-long Netflix special. They start off with one joke. 85 to 90% of the times, they end with that same joke. They come right back to it. It's like, I think that's how you write well in some instances.
No, yeah.
So I have a little piece of inside baseball that I don't know if it applies to all of the properties now in Phase 4, but it was definitely said
Oh, you got
about
some
Ms.
dirt.
Marvel.
You got some dirt.
Well, so the directors, they asked Kevin Feige, yo, the directors and writers were like, yo, how do we handle the blip? Was a family blip? Was a flame? Were they dusted? Were they not dusted? Blah, blah. And Kevin Feige said, don't worry about that. Don't worry about other movies. Just write the story you want. Just focus on telling the story and don't worry about all the other ancillary shit.
Well, I'll deal with that.
Yeah, so that leads to
So he doesn't want like a Star Wars thing where it's like episode 1 there's metachlorians now all of a sudden.
Well, I think what I'm taking from that, without I'm extrapolating. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not Kevin Feige, but what I'm thinking
Are
is
you sure?
happening is
I don't know, man.
Kevin
Man,
Feige.
he looks a little.
You might be the Kevin
Feige-ish.
Feige. You might be the Kevin Feige of Knucklehead Network.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
You're looking Feige-ish
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
So what I think is happening is Kevin Feige. He's working on the bigger picture and how everything is. But what he's starting to do now is let's just make quality content. And now, hear me out. The Disney Plus shows give WandaVision the ability to do what they do. She likes sitcoms, so we're gonna play with the sitcom trope. Loki, you want to tell this weird story about time variance and all that? Let him tell his story. Captain and Winter Soldier, tackle the race in America, tackle all this political shit because that's what Captain America does. Moon Knight, tell the story from a perspective of different culture, of the Egyptian culture and the Egyptian god. Miss Marvel, tell the story of this Pakistani teenager. To a certain extent, Eternals, make the movie you want to make.
To a certain
Sam
extent.
Raimi, to a certain extent of success. Sam Raimi, direct the movie you want. Taika, do the movie you want. Instead of Feige saying, hey, here's the box you got to play in, figure out how to make your movie in this box. He just went, yo, make the movie you want. I'll worry about how to tie it in later on. I'll worry about how to sprinkle other shit to tie it in. Because another thing I heard is he did the Black Bolt thing in Doctor Strange. Kevin Feige's the one who said to put it in. And again, I don't know how true this is, but he said to do it to insatiate the fans of Inhumans and be like, here, Black Bolt's in the MCU. It's the same actor. He's in the MCU. Inhumans are in here somewhere. Don't worry about it.
Step 10.
Yeah. So I think now, Phase 4, you're going to see more of him just going, you know what? Let me put it this way. Hit or miss. Take the swing. Tell the story you want. I'll worry about connecting the dots.
I'll fix it later.
Yeah.
Which
Even if I got to come
okay
out in an interview and go, this is how it connects.
Yeah, which I'm okay with, and I think one of the biggest parts of why Miss Marvel is so good is because the writer of Miss Marvel was working on the show, G. Willow Wilson, who converted to Islam. Like I think during like college or something, she converted to Islam, and she knows I don't know her whole story, and I don't want to put anything out there. I think I've said on this show before that she is like full on, into the culture, which she is. She converted to Islam, but having her on the show definitely helps. I don't know what other shows have had writers on them, but that definitely helps.
Well, fun fact, when they do the little like Instagram montage at the end, the
TikTok.
lady who's like, oh, say whatever.
She looks
She's
so
like, oh,
familiar.
she looks familiar. That's the writer. That's
G. Willow Wilson, yeah. Which was cool. I love like the social media stuff at the end. Like, yo,
you know my favorite part of that? You know what my favorite part of that is? Like, silly as it is, it's and again, I can't remember his fucking name, but he said Imam, the priest dude. Whatever
Oh,
they
Sheikh
call it.
Abdullah. Sheikh Abdullah.
There you go. Sheikh Abdullah. His thing where he turned himself into a hot dog. It's like, oh, I guess I'm a hot dog now, but still,
Still kosher.
yeah, like shit like that. When you humanize, again, it's a religious thing, whatever. But when you humanize religion instead of weaponize religion, it just works way more.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
that's such a good way to put it, Cap. That's like profound right there. And it's like I had someone today when I posted up the story that we're gonna be doing a Miss Marvel episode about what just happened and X-Men and all that stuff. You know, a friend of mine hits me up and he's like, "Yo, I thought the last 2 episodes were kind of slow," and I was like, "Really?" Like, you know, I know episode 5 ended a little abruptly with the whole, you know, crossing into other realities when she like broke that riff or whatever. But like, what do you mean? And he goes, "Yo, it was just a little too much cultural stuff," and I'm like, damn, that's weird. That's what I like the most of the show. He said, nah, don't get me wrong, I liked it too, but I think there was just a little much. And I'm like episode, like, I don't know, I think episode 5 and 6 was when like I don't know, the whole show is cultural, but I think episode 6 focused a lot on Kamran, you know, the school. And by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed at the beginning of the episode, they had to write, hey, some of the shit you might see in this episode might piss you off because there was a shootout at the school.
Yeah.
Feel me? Like,
Yo, wait, I
at
didn't
the
see that disclaimer.
at the beginning of the episode, it legit
Yeah, I
says
think
some
so.
of the stuff you might see here is gonna piss you off. And I'm like, wait, are we gonna do some like crazy, you know, are we gonna really like dig into some, you know, dark history here? Are we gonna do something racial? What's going on? But it was the school. Like they had a whole shootout in the school.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what's not funny, it's not the word, but they did something similar for the last episode of Obi-Wan. Where they were like, some scenes in here might be disturbing to audiences.
Yeah, that's
And
exactly
when we
what they said.
finished Obi-Wan, I was like, what the fuck was disturbing? But none of this was disturbing. But I didn't see that. I didn't see that disclaimer this time.
I saw that disclaimer and I didn't put 2 and 2 together until I was watching some vids and shit. And they said, like, yo, no more shootings in schools. And I was
Yeah.
like, I mean, technically it was in a different context, but still it's a sensitive subject after what just happened.
I tell you right now, you know what? That's a serious thing. I'm not gonna.
I hear you. It's a touchy
Yeah.
subject. It's a very touchy subject, and you know, I appreciate Disney and Marvel for doing that. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, you filmed this shit years ago. That shit literally just happened like 2 months ago, I believe, like a month ago, maybe. So,
Yeah.
and it's like it's not that I feel so horrible for saying this, but it's just the world that we live in. Like, there's been other school shootings before. You know what I mean? Like,
See, I'm gonna say this. This is a perfect time to bring in context and nuance.
yeah, you say it all the time, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
I'll be right back. I'm using the bathroom.
what
Yeah.
happened at the school was a horrendous act of violence, and it should never happen. We should find ways to prevent people from getting to the level where they feel they need to do things like that. We gotta have better prevention for it. Better, you know, gun control to whatever degree we can all agree is the smartest thing to do.
It's a good way to put it.
But now, at the same token, if you look at it in the context of Ms. Marvel, Nakia literally says, take it to the school because it's the only place guaranteed to be empty.
Exactly.
No collateral damage. Nobody else is going to get hurt.
Yeah.
So, like, I understand why you would put the disclaimer to be safe. But on the same token, I don't see why we would need a disclaimer if the world perfectly understood nuance and context.
Yeah, it's a problem. They don't. And like a thing like this that I always remember. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of video games. I say it all the time. There was a video game that came out. I can't really tell you the year. Maybe 2002. I think it's 2002. Metal Gear Solid 2. Now, Metal Gear Solid, I've mentioned it before. Metal Gear Solid for the PS1 changed my life. It just made me look at things a little different. Metal Gear Solid 2 came out. Metal Gear Solid 2, the whole prologue is you're in a tanker rolling down the Hudson River. It's a huge tanker. It's actually a really cool fucking level. It's so good. Anyways, so at the end of this prologue, there was supposed to be a big battle between you and a sniper type character, and you guys were going to be shooting each other from each of the towers. Obviously, they had to remove that because you know what happened in 2001, which sucks because it was such a horrific thing. And whatever you believe about it, we're not here to do that. We're not here to theorize and get the conspiracy going. No need to put on the tin hats. But I think that would have been a really cool battle, a sniper battle from one tower to the other. That sounds epic, but they have to take it off. But again, what you're saying, nuance. It's like they're not attacking the building with whatever. They're just having a battle between themselves. Like whether it's on two different buildings or the towers, like you know, who cares? What's the difference? But I get it.
It's a thing where it's weird because to tell people what they can and can't take offense to is nobody's place. But
absolutely.
At the same token, if you could take a situation such like the sniper battle was going to be and just remove the location and put it somewhere else and still have it and it means nothing, then there shouldn't be a problem with it.
Now, if you're going to take a freaking plane and run it into a building, we got a problem now.
It would have been different had Cameron said he was, he was going to go to the school.
To do some bad shit.
Do something. Yeah. And Damage Control was trying to stop him. That now, that plays more into you would have to take out, and you can't do that in the wake of what happened.
Yeah.
But it's weird because within the world of the MCU, if you watch Thor: Love and Thunder, there's an ice cream shop that references the Gauntlet and the flavors, and it's like already they've gotten past.
They've moved on to the snap.
Yeah. So it's weird. It's a weird thing to play in. But like I said, I didn't see the
disclaimer.
I didn't see the disclaimer. And I know about the shooting. I know about the story. I know about the controversy with the cops and all the other shit. I've read all that. And not once did I make that connection.
Same thing. So, like, I saw the disclaimer. I saw everything in the school. And I didn't notice it until I saw, and again, I'm mentioning the same dude that Toe mentions, Ryan Airy from Screen Crush. Shout out to him. And I love him because he like gets stuff from other podcasts too, and he shouts them out. He's so cool. I know you're a new Rockstars guy.
I watched the Screen Crush and pitch meetings and all that.
I like Eric Voss, but they do a lot of other stuff in that channel too. Whereas Screen Crush is a little bit more focused, but it's sort of the same. But I love how they all shout each other out. But I didn't notice anything until he said it. He's like, yo, look, man, let's stop doing shootouts in schools. Let's stop. And I was like, damn, son, I didn't even pick up on that. And then it's like I got to a point where it's like, am I a horrible person? Or do I just, see things differently?
I think it's one of those things where it's like we don't associate a kid using the school to lay low and then the cops going to get him as the same thing as a shooting in the school. Because at least for us, it's like, we all know somebody that's hiding from the cops or something like that. Like it's like You watch The Fugitive or something like how many?
You
No,
made
but
me
you know,
snort.
you know what I'm saying? Like, because especially back in the day, it was like you couldn't walk the streets without a cop coming to try to frisk you, to stop and frisk and all that
Absolutely.
other shit. So for us, it's different when the cops are chasing you.
Well, full
You know,
tilt. I didn't have that word.
no, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different when the cops are chasing you than when a kid went in there. Now, if he would have attacked the school while there were students in there,
Yeah.
all right, yo, bro,
That-
that was in bad taste.
Yeah.
That's what I
Like,
was saying. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's
But
like
again,
it's like one, they didn't really do much in the school, the SWAT team or whatever team that was, because they were running around. They actually kind of looked a little foolish
They look
running
dumb as
after these.
shit.
Yeah, but when they came out of the school and they were in the street, that's when the real firing and everything was
And
happening.
that's when she put up the thing, which
Yeah.
is it is funny because I did enjoy the whole Kevin McAllister Home Alone traps that they had going on.
Yo,
I
but
thought that shit was fun. I've said it from the beginning. I'm here for all the high school shit. I love
again-
that.
again, if you look at the situation, they wanted to minimize collateral damage. The
Yeah.
school's empty. They used non-lethal methods.
Yeah.
Of all they had to do was just distract until they can get Cameron out. Like
They threw baseballs off the
it's
pitching
completely
machines.
it's completely not the same situation as what happened
sure.
in that school shooting.
For sure.
And I understand, yeah, when they came out, they shot at them and all that other shit. But they shoot at people. That's
I
what
honestly,
like,
I saw that disclaimer, and not to be fucked up or anything, but I thought, oh shit, the DODC is gonna move in on the mosque. That's what I thought, because that's kind of what the whole, because yes, it is about inhumans and enhanced individuals, but the real narrative under that is how we view, how the world views, and how some bad people and police view Muslims and people from other areas and how they practice religion. Like, there's that scene where she's like, oh, like the lady, I forget her name, but the one that's running the show there, she's like, oh, you see what happens? Yeah. She's like, you see what happens when you give the wrong people power. And Buddy looks, wrong people? Really? She goes, the kids. And it's like, did you really mean that? Did you really mean that? You know what I mean? So it's fun. It's weird, and it's not something I guess we really got to talk about, but it did come up, I guess. But I thought it was fine. I thought it was fine.
I'm gonna say again, in my ignorance, when that disclaimer came up in Obi-Wan, to this day, I still don't know what the fuck we were supposed to worry about.
I didn't get it either, man.
I think it was no, wait, that happened before.
Yo, it couldn't have been that Reva was trying to kill Luke, because we know the motherfucker lives.
What you got there? Toast some wake up juice?
No, I got it's a bottle of water, but I put the
green apple.
I put Jolly Rancher green apple powder in it.
Where'd you get Jolly Rancher green apple?
I got it on the way home from Walgreens. $1 for a pack of 6.
Yo, this motherfucker bringing home Skittles shit. Jolly, what else they got in that Jolly Rancher?
$1, just a green apple. They have the strawberry, and they have Starburst, the pink Starburst over there in the Walgreens too.
We're making progress. So that's water. We're making progress.
No, I'm drinking Jolly Ranchers right now.
No, that's water. I don't give a fuck what you tell me.
Can we just point this out?
No, it's vegan Jolly Ranchers.
Can we just point this out here?
It's in a Pepsi bottle.
Point this out, that the water, the healthy part of that component, is like $2.60 or almost $3. The shitty part of that component, $1
for 6 of them.
Yo, here's water,
it's 17 cents a
for
pop.
health. Here's water you need for health. But if you want it to taste good, here's the fucking cheap flavoring that's bad for you. That's enough.
It's horrible. I remember I used to buy a lot of Crystal Light. Excuse me, when that shit first hit the scene, and I would get the lemonade Crystal Light and the iced tea Crystal Light and put it together, make some Arnold Palmers. That shit was delicious.
Yo, this is a bad habit I used to have. when I was back in the Navy, and I would do my top surveillance on the flight deck, my roving watch. It was 4 hours in the middle of the night. I would, you work the whole day. You got to get up. You didn't get a full night's sleep. I had Crystal Light packets on me. I didn't take the water. I just popped the Crystal Light packet.
Yo, what?
And would be like, woo, I'm up now.
You were a savage in the Navy. Can you imagine this guy eating frozen White Castle burgers and just popping, just shaking spit in his mouth just so he can like liquefy?
Yo, and I'll tell you something. I was in the best shape of my life.
Yeah, because bro, anything you ate, you literally just burned it the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can eat whatever the fuck you want.
Now what happened to me? I look like I'm in a remake of the fucking Fly or something. I stepped into a transporter with a Big Mac and came out looking like this.
I've never arm wrestled after watching The Fly. I've never ever done it again. Yeah. And every time I watch a video of arm wrestling, I'm on the edge because if I see I'm like, oh nah.
Yo,
they try to make an arm wrestling league.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch that shit. They're like holding this, that they have like the little like stick there that they hold for grip and shit, and then they're doing this, and it's like, yo, someone's wrist is gonna snap. I don't care how strong you are. Like, nah, that is anxiety inducing for me, bro. The Fly changed a lot of shit. Like, you see, like the memes that they have online. You see these little things that are your cuticles right here, little pieces of skin that like you rip off, and like it goes really down long. Like all that kind of shit. Like I can't. Like the video that Gigi put up of the dude flipping off the ring and landing, and his arm just. I said, oh, I can't. Yeah. I'm not. And then the one that you were watching with dude that fell on his head, that he did a fucking Eddie Guerrero 450 and just landed on his head.
Yeah.
The Juventud, sorry. Did I get that right? Juventud Guerrero is the one that used to do the 450?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I got the wrestling wizards here. Gotta be on point.
Hey, man, as long as you didn't fucking call him George Costanza, we're all right. I know what you're talking about.
So, like, when you did that, like, I remember even your face. You were like, oh, like, Buddy's neck is done. Did he wrestle after that?
Yo,
I don't even know, bro.
That's a crazy. I can't watch that stuff.
There's a guy. He's from Japan. His name is Hayabusa, and he was,
of course,
he was the original guy who started all that high flying shit, the springboards and all that other stuff. And in Japan, he did what's called a springboard moonsault. So you jump off the middle rope and you do a backflip.
Yep, I know what that is.
He did the backflip and underturned and landed on his neck and was paralyzed. 2 years later, he came to the biggest show that company did and actually walked. He took 2 steps, but then he died a year after that.
What did he die from?
I think it was just one of those, like, he spent all of his energy trying to walk, and it was just like he gave up, like his body just gave out. But yeah, a lot of those wrestlers, those they call them high risk for a reason.
Yeah, don't keep telling me wrestling is fake. keep telling me it's fake.
Yeah, I don't see Vin Diesel needing the full body casters or getting hit by a fucking Ford Escort at 90 miles an hour.
I say it all the time. Wrestling it ain't fake. It's choreographed. If you could watch The Raid and enjoy the fight scenes, you can enjoy wrestling. I don't understand. I don't understand.
That pisses me off the most.
I don't understand. Like,
when people are like, "Oh,
it's a fight scene."
Yeah. And then I tell them that they're like, "It's fake." I'm like, "Yeah, but so is every movie." And I'm like, "Yeah, but a movie is scripted." I'm like, "So's that."
It's the same thing.
There's no fucking. It's a live stunt show.
It's not fake. It's choreographed.
You know. I tell, like, when women say it, I'll go, "So is your hair. So is your nails. So is your eyelashes. So is your height." Like, you want me to keep going?
Anything.
And I'll still fuck you. So
I'm gonna watch wrestling.
Yes. What's the problem? What's the problem?
That's some real shit I've ever heard in my life.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's some real shit right there. My man,
fuck.
yo. Now, yeah, the clip that Dave sent everybody that they threw homie off the cage. And they were like, oh, there's a bunch of
yeah.
stuff down there. I'm like, yo, your favorite MMA fighter won't do that.
Yeah.
Maybe
You know-
it's because they're worried about getting injured and fucking up their money. But no, it's just because that's crazy. And these people get paid a fraction of what these pro fighters make.
Yeah. You know, Frank Mir actually had an interview with a wrestling podcaster interview. I forgot his name.
I hate Frank Mir.
Yo, but
Dirty ass.
Frank Mir said that he actually started training to be a wrestler. And he was like, instantly, he was like, nah. He's like, yeah, fighting is more dangerous, but wrestling takes a toll on your body like no other. I can have a fight and come out unscathed and be good. I can't have a wrestling match and come out unscathed. No matter how much you want to say it's choreographed and predetermined, these motherfuckers come out of that ring hurt.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
Every
picture
time.
this. You're landing on a surface with minimal padding made of wood. It's wood planks under there.
Yeah.
You're running into rope that's cable.
Yeah.
It's not
Like
fucking,
they bruise
it's
it.
not Twizzlers. Like,
Yeah.
Like these motherfuckers got lines coming because they do this to, that shit is I could guarantee you that they got scars. Just get out of here.
You know, and you know what the crazy shit is, like fighters and sports athletes are they pop for like steroids and shit like that, right? So like most of them, like you overdo it and your body crystallizes and all that. A lot of wrestlers were fucking hooked on some form of pain deterrent. So it was pain pills or like cocaine or something to numb the pain because they're always in pain.
The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. Excellent movie. Incredible film.
Yes.
Jesus. Like, bro, but here we go again. Just
Ric Flair actually has another match coming out.
I know. That's insanity.
It's gonna be him. I forgot who his tag team partner is, but versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett.
I hope this doesn't take like extra years off his life, Rick. Be careful out there, man. We love you, bro.
He wants to die in the ring.
He wants to die in the ring. Yes. Which I mean, kind of poetic for Ric Flair.
But not for us. I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, same.
That's
That'll be
not.
pretty sad.
It's you're not dying in battle.
You
know what I'm saying? You're not a gladiator. You're not somebody in war where bro. That's you're literally
chill. Yo, this is fake.
No, at this point, you're committing suicide. Like you're committing suicide, bro.
You need to pay the bills.
Yeah, your arm is not going to end up in Valhalla.
No.
Yeah, you're not Owen Hart, where it was a freak accident. You're not the many wrestlers that died. Like
what was his name again? The Blue Blazer.
Blue Blazer. Yeah. There was one wrestler that Rey Mysterio did a 619 on in Mexico, and he wound up dying. But his
that's how Rey Mysterio died.
No, that's how the guy he was wrestling died.
Oh, I was like Rey Mysterio. I was like Rey Mysterio's dead.
Rey Mysterio killed someone in the ring.
But the thing was,
the guy had a severe concussion the night before.
Oh.
And he didn't disclose it, and he just went out there and wrestled anyway. So with that extra head hit, it killed him.
I do remember that now.
There was a New Japan pro wrestler that took a clothesline, and his head was pretty much decapitated because he had so much of a neck injury that when he got clothesline, the bone snapped off. The skin was still intact, but his head was decapitated from his body.
So it was essentially an internal decapitation.
Yeah, so like the skin was still there, but he was fucking
gone.
Yeah, tell me wrestling is fake again.
Yeah,
go ahead. I dare you to be a wrestler.
Meanwhile, these chicks from the fucking Basketball Wives are reading scripts and shit.
Oh man,
yeah,
wrestling is so crazy. What these people do for our entertainment is just wild.
Yeah,
and it's similar to what to my worst movie going experience ever. And
Spider-Man.
Huh?
Spider-Man.
Not Spider-Man. Paranormal Activity.
Oh God.
Shit.
I had requested, because at the time you had to go onto a website and request that it played in the theater because it was a low budget movie. Blah, blah, blah. I requested it. New Rock picked it up. I went to go see it, and for some reason, as we talked about last week, I had to bring Vin. I had to bring my mom. Everybody wanted to see this movie that nobody fucking knew about and nobody gave a shit about. And oh my God, my mom talked so much throughout that movie that people were commenting on the woman who ruined the movie as we were walking. They didn't realize it was her. But as we were walking out, people were talking about how much she ruined the movie.
Lucky
and then,
that she ain't hear somebody get choked up against the wall.
No. At that point, I would have joined their team and be like, nah,
calm down with Mama Tags. calm down.
Word.
Here's the funny thing.
You get your shit rocked.
Here's the funny thing. Just like people who don't understand why we watch wrestling, my mom didn't like the movie.
Yeah.
But when we come home, I go in her room an hour later. What the fuck is she watching? A Ghost Hunters marathon. I'm like, you want to talk about some bullshit? Like,
I forgot who was some comedian, and he was like, "Yo, these Ghost Hunters shows are so funny. They've been going. Ghost Hunters has been running for like 15 years, like 50 seasons. They ain't talked to one ghost yet." It's so fun. They keep doing the show though. They have not made contact with a ghost once. It's so funny, but I respect all of that stuff, and I don't like to get into it because I've seen some weird stuff, man. But Blair Witch was a phenomenon.
Yo, you want to talk about if you ever make a Spanish hero? That you want to go with this culture, no matter what. I've never met a Spanish person who doesn't have some sort of, even if they don't believe, there's some sort of superstition with the supernatural that they don't fucking touch.
Be like, yo, I don't believe it. This is what you hear. Yo, I don't believe in that stuff, but I respect it. Like, it's. I know there's something going on there. I just don't want to. But what a phenomenon the Blair Witch Project was. For better or worse, what that movie did to cinema and to people. I remember the conversation surrounding that movie. Like, yo, is that real? Did that really happen? It's just a bunch of stupid kids filming. I will never forget that shot at the end of that movie where it's just homegirl in the cabin, just stare. You call that real or not? That shit lives in my head rent free, and I've been trying to kick it out for the last 20 years. Like, that is a weird image.
Yo, speaking of weird images, we got a special intro real quick.
Yo.
I'm Batman.
Yeah.
What the? Yeah, wait, okay.
I'm sorry. That was the Thor Love and Thunder of all show intros.
You've done show.
Hey, you got to try everything, baby.
Wait, is that a Ninja Turtles hat?
No, this is
Batman.
Batman. Pew.
Oh. I mean, no one sees Donatello. Am I the only one seeing Donnie?
I do.
Not what, because he looks like a ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Let me turn on this.
What's that song?
It's that mask.
Looking like a Ninja Turtle.
Because that mask. You sure that's Batman? That's more like Black Panther right now.
Listen, I'm both.
That's the saddest Batman I've ever seen in my life.
Yo, word.
Yo,
he is.
That's Michelangelo being Batman.
No, that's the knockoff. That's Batman. Not Batman.
That's person.
Bro. Yo, so I'm so glad you said that. And we have veered off from Miss Marvel. Promise we'll come back. When I have my best friend growing up, my birthday is a day before his. So for birthdays, instead of just switching money that our parents would give us, like, oh, let me get $20 for him. Oh, let me get $20 for him. And we'll just switch the money so we could actually look like we were doing something. We're like, yo, let's just get each other some gifts. So one Christmas, yo, I feel so bad. I mean, he should feel bad too about this. It was late. I didn't get nothing. I literally bought this for him Christmas morning. One of those little shops was open, in the Heights. There'll be something open. I bought him a Batman action figure, but the fucking logo said Batman. It was one guy, but it still said Batman. And I gave it to him, and he looked at it. He was like, "Really?" But then he gave me thermal socks. Come on.
Yo, thermal socks are more useful than Batman.
Although that's what I was gonna say, I rocked the shit out of those thermal socks. The motherfuckers kept me warm as shit during the winter, bro. I was like, damn. I was like, yo, well, you got this. But yeah, all of those weird knockoff action figures could get really messy. I saw there was on Instagram, it's some shit that said like Marvel superheroes or something, and Batman was in there. Like, what? It's Chinatown be wildin'. No offense. You get your money how you want to, but y'all knock off anything. You go to Chinatown, you can find anything there bootlegged.
Yo,
anything.
I can't wait till we get to the point where they start making bootlegs of bootlegs.
Yeah, I'm a bootleg the bootleg DVD. You can't even see this shit. Give me 50 cents, it's yours.
You just get the audio.
It's a podcast movie.
Yo, bootlegs are gonna get so bad that they're just gonna hand you the actual DVD from now on.
Yeah, like I took this from Best Buy. You just here, take it. Yeah. I do miss the days of the bootleg DVD, 3 for $10, 5 for $20. I do miss those days.
Yeah. We used to have a guy that came to the crib fucking with new shit. Just I got this, I got Star Wars, I got this. All right, let's go watch it. $5.
Bro, these guys were entrepreneurs. I don't care what anybody tells me.
Word.
So can attest to this. I can't stand a fucking bootleg movie. I don't care how good your copy is. If I'm gonna watch a movie, I'm gonna go support the people who made the movie.
100%. You know what would piss me off? Like,
I don't even download music. I buy my music.
I was gonna ask that because it goes the same.
You know what's crazy that you say that, Cap? When Dark Knight came out, I saw Dark Knight in the theaters like 3 times, maybe 4, maybe. And then the girl I was courting at the time.
Nice word.
She pulls up with the bootleg. Now I was like,
get out.
I was like, yo, like we was up in the Bronx, I think right there by New Rochelle. In fact, me and her went to that theater to watch Tropic Thunder, which was like, I want to say like 6 months before I got out here in 2009. And we watched. So like, I'm like, yo, I'm down. She was like, yo, you've seen this movie 18 times. I'm like, yo, I'm down for 19. Let's go. I'm with it. Bro, the movies in New Rochelle was like whatever. Like it was nothing. I think it was $7 Tuesdays or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
and
it's funny because her paychecks used to come in on Tuesdays, and Tuesdays she didn't work, so that was the day that I was always hanging with her. It worked, but so I watched the bootleg. Yo, that was the worst fucking bootleg in the world.
Shit.
The bootlegs are bad, but bootlegs of dark movies, you just game over, man. You're not seeing anything. I have my colleague, he lent me one of those movie websites, Flick Store. It's an official one though. It's like one of the official ones. I forgot what was the one called before, but it's the same thing. So, they have new movies that are playing in theaters, good quality, man. I was like, shit. So I see No Way Home. I had already watched No Way Home a few times, but I saw it there. I'm like, fuck it, let me watch it. It was a bootleg. And I was like, why is there a bootleg movie on this site? That's so weird. Bro, midway through the movie, I guess one of the ushers was walking by. You can see him take the camera off the tripod and it's facing upwards. So for like a good 5 minutes, you don't even see the movie.
Oh, shit.
Worst bootleg I've ever seen. Like the hood bootleg dudes would put a hit out on you for something like that.
So do you watch bootlegs now? Like,
nah.
With streaming, how the fuck you watching bootleg?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, you just,
there's still bootlegs out there. There's still people selling them. You don't see it as often. Like, it was a fun time in the world when those things were out. But don't get me wrong. Like, if I could avoid the bootleg, I'm avoiding the bootleg.
Because before we show the question, because he wanted to answer the question that Cap said.
Yes, sir.
I do not watch 3D movies. I will not watch a 3D movie
Is it because you don't like it, or it fucks with you?
Oh no, because I don't like it. I saw Thor Ragnarok in 3D, and I'm telling you now, I'm watching it, and I went like this. Shit, I don't. Oh yeah.
You slapped the shit out of
3D
somebody?
glasses. These are 3D glasses. I just took the lens
Give
up.
those back.
Fuck that. Yo, I went like this. I literally went like this. I said, "This is better." And I was like, "Yo, dude, I will never ever watch another movie like I was drunk." That shit was so fucking blurry.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, dude, I don't give a shit if I gotta wait 2 weeks for it. I even told the crew. I said, "Don't ever ask me to watch a movie in 3D again. I will not go with you."
I don't like 3D movies either.
Have you tried the one with the actual dome?
With like the VR headset?
Yeah.
Nah,
that might be better. That might be better. But I mean, 40, 45 minutes of that tops, and I need to take that thing off.
Yeah. Unless you got that shit like fucking cold as shit, because I'm gonna be sweating in that motherfucker.
Yeah, you're sweating and that's the thing. If you wear glasses, forget about it. That's just uncomfortable all around.
Yo, facts.
Yeah.
So before we get into Ms. Marvel again,
back to Ms. Marvel.
Ask Joe the question.
Yes,
if you had no restrictions put on you whatsoever, what is your pie in the sky dream job?
Definitely something in entertainment. But honestly, the way everything is going right here with you guys, man, making millions of money, sponsors, YouTube, Spotify, everybody calling on us. They want us to sign an exclusive. 50 million. Oh, baby. Something like that.
Sure. Are we getting paid $50 million or 50 million money?
Millions. 50 million money.
I think 50 million money is a little bit more than $50 million. It might be.
Oh, by the way, I see. My bad, Big Food. Missed you in there.
Oh yeah, he's been in there.
Yeah. And Flocka, yes, for the love of God, watch Ms. Marvel. It's a good show.
Yeah.
It's a really good show.
Very good.
Speaking of Ms. Marvel.
Yo.
So you made us wait 3 hours to ask you that question for you to just say you wanted millions of money?
No.
All right, keep going. There you go. We'll let you elaborate.
Yeah.
To be honest with y'all, I would have been here a lot sooner. I just had to prepare myself since I got out of work a little late.
I thought you could be. I've been here a lot sooner, but I got here later.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
I'd have got here sooner if I didn't get here late.
Yeah, I would have got here sooner if I felt like it. I got here sooner, but I just didn't feel like it.
No. I would have been blank. I needed to see what you guys were talking about, so I went and actually watched the episode, so I could actually be able to talk to you guys. It was great. Can
you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you take the hat off and flip it upside down for me real quick? Like that. Oh, it's a hoodie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a whole thing.
Nah, it's just the hoodie.
That makes more sense.
It's a towel, bro.
Now it makes more sense. It's
okay.
A
towel, bro.
Damn, I didn't mean to make you do all of that, bro. Forget it.
It was simple. It's a towel, bro. It's my son's towel.
I really thought that was like a hat.
My man wanted an elaborate tune.
I think the face upside down looks more like Batman than it does right side up.
Your towel looks more like Carol Burnett.
He looks so surprised. He looks shocked. So I think upside down it looks like more like Batman. Like turn it upside down. Now that's Batman.
There you go. Yeah,
that's Batman. You see what I'm saying? I'm not crazy. Still keeping it comics. Go ahead.
Very nice.
Elaborate on your answer. My bad for cutting you off.
No. So I would have been here a lot sooner, but I had to do, my research, and I totally forgot what I was going to say. So,
bruh.
You threw yourself off by showing up on time.
Word.
Don't ever show up on time again.
My apologies. What was the original question?
That was a question. Like, if you besides the podcast, like, if you had like anything that you can
restrictions.
do, no restrictions, what would be your dream
I
job?
always wanted to try it. To be honest with you, not even I always wanted to try because it's still a dream. I still write. I always wanted to do stand up comedy.
Nice.
Yeah, and I never. To this day, I haven't had the balls to do it. But the day I do, all you guys are invited.
Well, I'll be there for that. I will fly to New York for a open
Hey.
night.
Yeah, I got my fake laugh ready.
I will heckle the shit out of you.
Damn. Hey,
Crowd work.
bring it.
Crowd work is
Bring it.
okay. Crowd work is all right sometimes.
Yes, sir. I could
Yeah.
work off of that. But yeah, doing stand up, maybe branching off into other things. Acting. I would love to do. You know what's crazy? It's a guy that reminds me of me. And I'm like, yo, he looks like me. He acts like me. I might be a little funnier because some of his jokes are corny. But y'all ever heard of Little Rel?
Little
guy,
Rel?
Is it Little Rel? The guy from Get Out, the officer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The fake Kevin Hart.
He was
The
the
chunky Kevin Hart.
he was Ryan Reynolds' best friend in Free Guy.
Yo,
Alright,
yeah.
alright. Yeah, I'm like, yo, he reminds me of me. Like, I could do everything he's doing.
Yo, son, you really do look like this kid.
Hey. So I'm like, yo. Sometimes, he's funny. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, I think I could try it.
He wasn't Free Guy. Free Guy was a cute movie.
Was it a little too cute?
There you go.
It got too cute sometimes. Yeah.
Yo, I feel like we're in Pee-wee's Playhouse, and every time the word cute comes over, oh, he said the word.
He said the word.
It's a little too cute.
What the?
That's some
baby.
we just lost the young crowd there. We lost the young crowd for sure.
Nice.
No, but I thought Free Guy was a cute movie. It was I like the concept of that. It like I said, it reminded me of Last Action Hero. It's like
Okay.
a fictional character who gains consciousness and is like starts questioning everything. I thought it was cute, but it just it wasn't a great movie. Let's be honest.
Everybody says so.
It served this purpose.
I don't think it was a great movie. I thought it was cute. Not too cute. Cute.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, a movie has greatness in it when you have a woman fall in love with a fictitious character, and the writing staff is smart enough to make the fictitious character go, no, I'm not real.
Yeah.
Whoever made me is real. Go find him.
Yeah, go get that guy.
Like that's the type of fucking smart writing I want in my movies.
Word.
The cameo with Chris Evans when he brings out the shield. It was good stuff. I was thinking, yeah, like he just phoned them up, like, yo, Chris, you can do me a solid. I'm doing this movie. We make a Captain America reference. Chris Evans was like, oh, hell yeah, put me in. I got you. Man, he probably did that shit. He probably recorded that shit from like wherever he was.
Yeah.
He's somewhere like he didn't need to show up studio
I
for
ain't
that.
going there.
Yeah, I don't need to fly out for that. But Miss Marvel.
The Cavs. Wait. Question.
Yeah.
What are the measurements in this cute meter? Is it cute? Too cute? Like I need to know. Like
5 times 7 over mx plus b times pi
equals too cute.
Yeah.
Bruh.
What the?
How many?
Too cute. If I could put it in like regular terms, too cute is I use the term too cute when something overstays its welcome. I guess that's like the best way to like call it out, or like when you try to do something for the sake of doing it and have no, like Cap says, no nuance behind it, no thought process to it. When you're just doing something because it's cute, it's cute, then it's too cute. Like in Thor, the goats, too cute. Like stop trying to like you have to pander so much. Too cute is when you pander too much. Yes, I think pandering is where I started using that term from. Like when you're trying to do something just to get a rise out of a very specific situation, you're pandering. It's too cute.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the best way to explain it. I might have to write a whole fucking essay about it.
Hey, that's
It's
the
like-
beginning of the video.
It's like 5,280. You know what the significance of that is, Show? That's how many feet are in a mile.
Where the
So,
fuck you got that from?
That's the composition notebook. I actually read the back.
So, and this
I've never used the back of a composition
Got
notebook,
him.
dog.
Yo, dude. When I'm bored in class, I'll read the back of a composition notebook just because. Like, let me learn something. While I'm in class
so
and not
would you
paying
say-
attention.
So, Cabs, would you say that a person who says, "Oh, it's just a mile down the road," is fine, but a person who says, "Yo, it's 5,280 feet,"
You be too cute. You be too cute. You way too cute. You way too cute. We're gonna have a whole podcast. Ask Cabs if this is too cute.
What's
There
And I'll
you
let
go,
you know.
That's
Is
dope.
this too cute or not?
You know
Ask
what's too
Cabs.
you know what's too cute? When people say their children are 27 months years old.
Oh, word,
He's
baby.
2. They're 2.
Word.
They're 2
Word.
years old.
Two
Just
and a
say
half.
2.
I'll allow
You
the
don't even-
half.
You don't even have to tell me 2 and 3 months, 2.5. They're 2. Round up. If they are 2 years and 6 months,
They're 2.
they're 2. If they're 2 years and 7 months,
They're
they're
2.
3.
Nah,
They're 3.
keep it at 2.
Yeah, man. Like
So he
that shit
turns
is
3, he's 2. That's it.
Yeah,
Keep it simple.
27. Oh yeah, he's 27 months years old. So he's 2.
I'll be calculating. Wait,
and 4
12
months.
divided
Yeah.
by 3.
And 3
You know-
months.
You know, it's funny. I've never heard anybody include the year after saying how many months. That's new.
What do you mean?
It sounded like you said that the person would say they're 27 months years old.
Well, they're 27 months old. Sorry,
Oh,
that was just
okay.
that was just a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 27 months old. Like,
But
No,
I can believe
Here's the
that,
thing.
though.
I wouldn't put it past people to add the year in there and shit.
yeah, because people are dumb like that. You know something else that I hate? When people have odd spellings for regular names. Like, bro, like the name is Adrian. You don't gotta put H's in there. Just spell it normal. Spell it
Jose.
normal.
HOESAY.
Yeah,
Jose.
like, bro, just it's Jose. Like, I hate that.
Dude, I don't know if it's a Nordic thing, but one of the shows that I was watching, there's a character named Ford, but there was a J in it.
Fjord. Yeah, like,
Yeah, I was like, why the fuck would you put the J if it's? That's the one thing about the English language I'll never understand. Why the fuck we got letters if they're silent?
True.
If they make no impact on how you pronounce the word, what the fuck is the letter in there for?
like
I was hoping you knew the answer, but
like
No,
pterodactyl.
Yo, you're talking about a fucking kid with dyslexia and other.
Like
I
knife.
I once got in trouble because I was doing my side class, and teacher's going over the thing, and she's like, "Vic, all right, your turn. Spell extraterrestrial." And I looked it dead in the face and went, "E.T."
That is
did the kids
That's funny.
did the kids ball out? Come on. That was good.
if they got it, that not everybody might have gotten that one.
Here's the thing, Show. The reason you and Toa the comedy duo is because I'm not fucking funny. So
You say
I-
it. You make me
I
fun.
don't know.
Shit.
Sure.
I don't know. I wouldn't
You
say
sure
that you're
coming
not
out your
funny.
shell. You liar.
I wouldn't say
Coming
that.
out of the
Ooh.
show. Shit.
He's
Yo.
hiding in the shell. If anything. I
Word.
wouldn't say
The
that.
shell been
Yep.
kicked out.
That ain't a show. That's a fucking shelter.
if I was a comedian, the only comedy I'd have is self-deprecating humor.
Hey,
Which is viable.
you ever heard of
Sometimes
what's
you
his
gotta
name?
self-deprecate. Sometimes you know it's good for stress.
Anthony Jeselnik?
You go blind if you do it too much, but
Yo, Jeselnik is hilarious.
Dude.
He has
Dude.
he has that style of comedy where he's just literally saying jokes. There's no like there's
Mhm.
stories within the jokes, but it's just a bunch of different jokes throughout a special. And he has one of the ones I think it was Fire in the Maternity Ward was like the one that that is one of his best specials. Jesselnick is so good. He's really
touches the
funny.
boundaries, bro. The
Yeah,
boundaries.
it's very dark.
That's the type
humor.
of comedy, not dark, but like that smart,
It's
intellectual.
Yes,
like I'm gonna fuck with you just with my smartness.
Yeah, I do some of that. Last week I'm gonna go play handball with some friends, and I had said a joke, and I shit you not, the guy driving was like, "Damn, Vic, I forget how dark your humor is sometimes."
you need a little dark humor, man. There's so much. Like I watch a lot of stand up. Like I love stand up. I think comedians is what has been keeping us sane through the pandemic, because you have people like Andrew Schultz who just blew up during the pandemic because he's the gap, he's the bridge between old school comedy, new school comedy. Like he could work for both of us and like they kept me sane. Like they would say what you wanted to say about this crazy pandemic, but say it in a joking manner. I thought, like, at the end of all of this shit, when we finally move on from this pandemic, I want everybody to look back at the comedians that kept it real the entire time, no matter what it meant for their career, themselves. I want y'all to remember that.
Same boat, bro.
I want you guys, everybody watching, to say a special thank you to Amy Schumer.
Ooh,
if it wasn't for her at the Oscars, where nothing else happened but her amazing comedy.
I know Amy Schumer gets a bad rap. I know she gets a bad rap. I liked her comedy specials.
She's been killing it.
She's raunchy, and I know apparently she got called out for stealing material,
allegedly,
which is common in comedy. Like, bro, Keith Sweat, the dude from Kings of Queens, the chubby guy. That he was in the Adam Sandler, all of them Adam Sandler movies. He was in the one that they were firemen. He was in the one that they were.
Mean Kevin James?
Sorry.
Keith Sweat is an R&B singer.
Hold on. I didn't say Keith. I said Kevin. I said Kevin Sweat because he had that comedy special. Kevin James, Sweat the Small Stuff.
No, you said don't sweat the technique.
I'll review the tape. Sorry, Kevin James.
No, I get it. Sometimes
he stole jokes straight out of Seinfeld. That whole comedy special is straight Seinfeld. Even the whole maze and the cheese, like they all steal jokes from each other. I know people have their things against Amy Schumer. Nobody wants to see a white girl talking like that. I get it, but I think she's fucking funny. I
just want to clarify, because again, like I said, I'm not funny. The reason I brought it up is because Oscar night, she had a joke where she was trying to hit on somebody and it fell flat as fuck.
It was bad. Yeah, it was bad.
So I was just trying to make light of, like, that was the only thing that happened at the Oscars, and not what the other thing that happened.
The other thing, no. Amy is controversial.
Yeah.
She was in that movie Trainwreck.
Good movie.
If I'm not mistaken. Trainwreck is hysterical.
Hilarious. Yeah.
I heard that John Cena and LeBron James actually killed it in that movie.
LeBron James did not kill it in that movie. I don't think LeBron James could act at all.
So he saved all of his best for Space Jam?
I knew you were gonna fucking say that. I knew you were gonna say that. But I would say that it's some of the best that I've seen him in. John Cena is the weird tough guy who is like, kind of like very, the tough guy that's like real feminine under, the one that's like borderline gay, the frat house dude that, slaps ass, but thinks he's, that guy. And it worked, but Amy is really funny in that movie. I like that movie a lot. Yeah. So
I gotta go check that out again. Miss Marvel.
So Miss Marvel.
Yeah. So
Miss Marvel.
So
what do you think about Miss Marvel?
Okay.
I was just gonna bring up earlier how I mentioned when the trailer first came out that I thought, this is gonna be the first Marvel property that's not for me.
Yeah.
As a 36-year-old white man.
Yeah.
boy, was I wrong. Because, yes, she's a female, Pakistani teenager. Things I'm not. But everything else around her, I completely relate to.
Mm-hmm.
The
Family.
whole the family dynamic. Yo, that I don't like weddings. That looked like a fun wedding to go to.
Looks like a fucking incredible wedding to go to.
Yeah.
I like weddings though. Yeah, they're fun.
her friend, Nokia. I
Nokia.
You don't
I,
care
I don't know
for.
how to pronounce it, but I relate to her being the light skinned Puerto Rican, where I'm, Spanish to the whites, not Spanish to the,
Yeah.
I live in that world. I played in that
Mhm.
world. I know exactly what the fuck she's going through and all that.
I love how
Right.
they called back to. I love how her and Zoe, make amends at the end. Very much so, like in the comics. They kind of just like put away the differences. I thought Nakia was a really underrated character in this whole thing. I've said it a few times. I love the whole dynamic with her. Um, yeah, like I think we were all a little nervous, right? I did say that I'm cool with the high school stuff. I'm gonna reiterate that because give me some high school stuff, man. I'm fine with that shit. This shit is funny to me. And I think episode 1 we were like, oh, okay. But episode 2, so tell me about that intro. Bah, 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 bah,
Oh
when
yeah.
she's all confident and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, that was fucking dope.
She comes
She,
in like, with the basketball. She's like, yo,
Mm,
it's not Camellia, it's Kamala. Yo,
word.
so good, man. And
yeah.
Excuse me. Get out of my way. You in my
Yeah,
locker.
surprisingly, where it really hooked me was the dumbest thing is when she came home after meeting Cameron, and she just started the whole dance sequence to the
Yeah.
old school song. I was like,
Be my baby.
yo, yeah,
now.
tonight. I was like,
How
yo,
did it go?
that song hit home because that just reminds me of old times in our fucking Ford Fiesta, or not? What do we have?
Escort.
Ford Escort. When my mom listening to the radio station, like that hooked me. That right
Hell
then and
yeah.
there, I was like, oh, I'm in for this.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I think what got me immediately was the family dynamic. Like immediately, I was like, "Yo, that is my mother, son." And the more and more and more we went on until the last episode, like I mentioned earlier, I don't think my mom would be okay with me being a superhero, even if she knew that I wouldn't get hurt. My mom would find me in the middle of the street. My mom will put up the bat sign to whip my ass. You know what I'm saying? She'd call me to whip my ass. Like I told you not to be doing this shit. Like I know it's you.
Yo,
I know what you look like under a mask. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Mijo,
if
cuídate.
that's what hooked me. The family stuff really. And look, I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say that I'm like this extremely family oriented man. Like my immediate family, sure, my brothers, my mom, my dad. But like, people call up like, oh yeah, I'm in town from DR. I'm like, I'm
Okay.
working. Like what I'm saying,
I'm
like.
busy.
Feel me. Like I'm not trying to say that like I go out of my way to see all my family. There's a few family members that are a different breed. I have
Must
Yeah.
some
see.
I have some cousins. I have some cousins on my dad's side. Those people basically raised us. They live
Mm-hmm.
up the road here. We don't see each other much, but when they come through, it's all love. But the family stuff really got me to the point where I had a family member call me from DR, somebody that I haven't spoke to in a while. A lot
Hello.
of my stuff, a lot of my family stuff in DR has been weird lately.
Uh-oh.
Today I picked up the phone and I set up a little meetup. It's an aunt of mine. We're gonna be hanging out next Monday.
Nice.
So I'm telling you, like
Awesome.
this the
Awesome.
show kind of like I was there's a lot of shit I'm not gonna get into, but there's a lot of shit going on with my family back in DR. And I was like, I don't know if I want to see anybody, whatever, but I'm gonna do it. It's a lot to do with the show, Like I am gonna try to be a little bit more, family oriented, hang out. Let's go do some barbecues and shit. Like I remember when I went to New York back in 2021, my sole purpose of that was to like get our kids to meet each other. We all have fucking kids. I mean, the kids, every like we have a friend of ours who's in Atlanta. I'm here, and then there's a few of them with kids over there. I really just want to get the kids together. And we got a few of them together. Just, our kids need to know each other. And they didn't hang out much, But when I tell my son, I'm like, yo, do you remember? He's like, yeah, I remember them. We had a great day. So that the family stuff really hit home. And
Yeah.
then second to that was learning about this culture. Really drew me
Yeah.
to the show.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tell the truth. You only want to reconnect with family to see if you have some sort of historical jewelry that you can put on. And
Yo, you guys got a bangle for me, dog?
Super
you,
Cabs.
yo,
This is,
you're
the
gonna,
guy,
in
this is
big
the
and-
guy. This is the guy that says he's not funny. Okay, sure. The guy that says he's not funny.
yo, I'm not, but when
I'm
we
not.
don't see you and we find out that you found some, Mother Mary candle that gave you some superpowers, I'm gonna be pissed.
So I wanted to, and obviously we'll let everybody say like they're, we got 40 minutes. That shit'll go by quick. But
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the switching spaces, the post credit scene.
The what?
The switching. So the post credit scene in Miss Marvel episode 6.
You didn't see the post-credit
Oh,
scene show?
fuck. There's a post.
I'll
I'll
give you.
It's so long.
I literally in the MCU shows, you may get a post credit scene on the first episode. You was
And
for
the last.
certain and the last, but even episode 2, 3, and 4, I still fast forward just to check because you never
Yeah.
know with these fucking guys.
Yeah.
That's why I wish, if we gotta start watching MCU movies just strictly on Disney, I'm okay with that. I'll be all right with that. I'm fine. That's cool. So I could just fast forward through shit. But so I thought immediately, the first thing I thought of was from the comics when she goes into Terrigen Mist and she comes out looking like Miss Marvel, but it's her. In this shit, no, she is very much so Captain Marvel because Captain Marvel's like the way I see it, Kamala would like gone to look at herself in the mirror. She'd be like, "What the hell's happening?" So like, what do you guys think about that? Like, we literally said it, Cap, last episode that I'm not really hype about the space stuff, and because of Kamala, I am more excited for Captain Marvel. But it was still like, what'd you think?
So again, I don't know how true this is, but from what I've heard, the director of the Marvels actually directed that scene, and similar to how the end credit and I think Ant-Man was part of the Winter Soldier movie,
Correct.
or no, part of Civil War.
It's Infinity War.
That was
When
Civil War. They had Bucky locked in the thing.
Wait, I thought you meant in Ant-Man and the Wasp when they.
No, just the Ant-Man one.
Okay,
They had an end credit scene where Cap and Sam are talking to Bucky, and his arm is locked in the vice.
Yeah.
And that's part of the actual Civil War movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, the director of the movie directed that scene, and the speculation is that's a scene from the movie,
Yeah. Okay.
which I'm okay with, because to be honest, the number one reason why I wasn't hyped for the Marvels before, even though I'm one of the rare people who like Captain Marvel, the movie.
And you actually give Brie her props too.
Yeah. I wasn't hyped because I was like, how does this girl from Jersey meet somebody who's never on this fucking planet? So the fact that you throw her into the conflict, and it's a situation where she's bugging out because she doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Captain Marvel's got to fucking get to her, and when they finally meet, Captain Marvel's like, yo, I got to get you home safely. And she's like, oh my God, you're Carol. Like, now all of that, the chips fall in line. The dominoes fall in place now. And now I'm like, all right, I want to see what this movie does. And plus, like I said earlier, the functionality of her powers now fit better going into that realm. Because if all she did was just stretch a little bit, getting blasted, she would have died at the end of episode 6 because she gets hit in the shoulder with a bullet.
Yeah.
She would have fucking died in that little battle.
Yo, those fucking the translucents would have killed her in the fucking after the wedding.
So homie,
the
homie
condensants.
the translucents. So homie,
the condensants.
Homie from Screen Crush. Homie from Screen Crush is theorizing that, at the end of Shang-Chi, they're talking about that beacon that the 10 rings popped off. They're saying, well, his theory is that Captain Marvel gets to that second bangle or the rings. She finds it, touches it, activates. We got to swap, which seems super feasible, and I'm okay with it. But I started thinking, I would really like the Marvels to just kind of just start. I don't need the intro, building everything. Just start where it's literally opening shit, and we see the switch, and Kamala's like somewhere up in space. I know what I said about space. I'm not changing my mind on that. Spacey stuff needs to impress me in the MCU. I'm sticking to that. I'm dying on that hill until they impress me. I'm there. But like, it would be cool to see Kamala just, holy shit, where am I? And then like, can you imagine Carol coming downstairs and seeing the parents? Like, are the parents gonna be there? And like, the parents know who she is. So some cool stuff to come out of this.
If that's a scene from the movie, that's a perfect way to get the parents naturally into that story.
Yeah.
And how cool would it be for, like, you want to put comedy in something? Have Carol Danvers come down and have the very human moment of the parents, like, my daughter talks about you all the time, and just call her the wrong name because they know her, but they don't know her. Like every parent in the world, but they talk about.
It's Karen Dangerfield.
Yeah, aren't you Captain Carter?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. Like, I mean, unless they remove that scene completely, which I kind of hope doesn't happen, because I would love to see her coming downstairs, and maybe Taisha's there, which is the brother's wife. The brother's there. Maybe mom is there. Maybe one of the aunts is there, and she's just like, I know this lady. Like, I think it'll be cool. Let's see what we can do. I did like Captain Marvel's suit was a little different. It was a little bit more. Not Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, the Carol Danvers.
Oh, you didn't see the extra credits.
You didn't see the post credit. You didn't see the post credits.
I was gonna say, when the fuck did Captain Marvel take her?
So they in that post credits scene at the end.
She looked skinnier.
She looked skinnier. She looked fit. She looked like she was ready to kick ass.
I think what happened is they might have filmed that scene before they started doing the workouts and all that for the movie.
I actually thought she looked fit. I thought she looked fit. I thought her face looked thin, but I thought she fit into the suit. She looked ready to handle business. It looked like she was like it looked like she came from somewhere, like she was battling.
She kind of looked like Cap from Infinity War. She had the sleeves rolled up with the gloves. She kind of looked a little Capish.
She looked like she went rogue or something. Yes, I got that. I got that same feeling.
But how apropos, she sees how Steve Rogers sacrificed and all that shit,
100.
and she just starts paying a little homage. It's like, this motherfucker, I might be Captain Marvel, but he's the real Cap, so I pay a little bit of homage to him and a little bit of respect to.
That would be great. I love how she's like looking at the room, like, what is happening here?
Yo,
how would you feel?
How would you feel if they meet Carol Danvers and Kamala goes, "I'm Miss Marvel," and someone goes, "Well, you named yourself after her," and she goes, "I'm Captain Marvel." What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh,
how would you feel? How would you feel?
Shit. It's like, like, I don't want to hype myself up.
If that happens, I don't know if you token
just blew
in the Infinity Gauntlet saga in the movies.
Yeah,
right? There has been countless times where something would happen in the movie, and I would be the only one in the theater to react to it, because I'd be like, I know what that is. That's gonna be one of those things where she says that, and I'm probably gonna be the only one to be like,
Like, I understood that reference.
He's gonna get up and punch the guy next to him, like, no.
So hold on. If I'm not mistaken, in the Infinity Saga in the comics, isn't it Captain Marvel who ends up taking out Thanos? Not It's Marvel.
It's Adam
Who is it?
Warlock.
It's Warlock that takes him out. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool.
I don't even think, to be honest, I don't even think Captain Marvel was in it.
Not her. The original
Either one of
Marvel.
them. I think he might have been in the fight, but he got dusted.
Okay, cool. Because I was
Okay.
like,
I got a question for us.
Go. No. I didn't want to interrupt. I just found a way to say something without interrupting your conversation. You reminded me of something, Cabs, and I wanted to ask you. It was dope that everybody knew who Kamala Khan. Like, well, not everybody. At least the family, and some people knew who she was, and it was a good aspect to her character. And I wanted to ask you: is there any other superhero y'all wish their immediate family or somebody knew who they were?
oh, that's a really good question.
But the only one that doesn't know, and I don't know if they changed it now, but historically, the only one who didn't know was Aunt May. Is the only Marvel family member that didn't know her nephew was Spider-Man.
And she
Everybody
definitely
else,
knows no.
Yeah, secret identity is not really a thing in Marvel.
Not anymore,
Pretty
at
much
least.
people know.
Okay. That was something when I was watching that I thought of. But go ahead. My bad.
But I mean, come on. Let's get real with superhero costumes. You put a domino mask on a person, you still know the person.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't look any different.
No,
if you
she
know
had
her.
the little glasses. Those are goggles.
But I tell you one thing: Show takes his glasses off. People are like, who the fuck is that?
That is crazy, bro. And I know
Hang your
people with
glasses off.
masks. I know.
People look
Hang your
mad
glasses
different.
off, Show.
People look mad different without their glasses.
Yeah, but that's only because you got like the smallest eyes in the world, bro.
I have big eyes. I have big eyes too. I'm not a glasses person.
I'm gonna say, whoop! I've got big eyes.
I don't have an accessory face like
Man, you look
glasses,
fly with
hat,
some glasses. You from
glasses,
Florida.
hat, piercings.
An accessory space.
I got made fun of in the Navy for wearing sunglasses.
I can't be Mr. Potato Head. No, he said no accessory face.
I hate you, Cap. Like I just do not look. Even a hat. I wore a hat for a little bit. I can't even pull off a hat.
No, you know what it was? I wore my sunglasses. I used to wear sunglasses all the time. I had my sunglasses that I have now. But my boy, every time I put my sunglasses on, he'd be like, you need your safety glasses? I'm like, what? Because he thought that I was more confident when I wore my sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
Little did he know. I
can see now.
I don't believe in confidence and all that bullshit. I just I walk different when I wear sunglasses, because the type of glasses I do are not like actual, they block out the sun.
Nah, they do.
Sometimes it's actually a little bit worse for me seeing. So I gotta be on a little bit extra guard, especially when I'm in a fucking country like Italy. I don't know the language, I don't know the people over there. So I walk differently as like everybody here knows in New York, when you walk in New York, when you walk the streets, it's a different walk than when you walk around your house. Or you're like, you have to walk with an air of like
purpose. Stay
like
out my
I dare
bubble.
you. You have to walk with I dare you face.
Word.
And when I put on the sunglasses, it's a little bit of an extra I dare you. Because I can't fucking see. Literally, the sunglasses I have are double rimmed and it's fucking crosshairs blocking my vision.
Yeah.
So,
I love those glasses, bro. Those little spectacles. They're not even glasses. They spectacles.
For looking at diamonds.
I cannot put any of that stuff on, bro. It's just I don't have that face. My face just needs to be bare.
Yo, my face is too wide for glasses.
I feel
like
the same.
I have the head for a hat, but I can't stand wearing hats.
Not even till I cover the sun.
Nah, especially now when I'm bald. Oh, if I'm freshly shaven, I can't wear a hat to save my life. The shit will fall off my head.
Yeah.
This shit will fall off my head.
No, it's hilarious. That's some New York shit. Motherfuckers get a whole fresh cut to just put on the hat.
Your
Like,
word.
yeah, I saw that video of Papoose, the rapper, getting a haircut with a fitted on. Like, okay, we get it, bro. You're from New York. You see, that's too cute. You're being too
Yeah.
cute.
It
That's
Yeah.
is.
cut it
It
out.
is.
Motherfucker.
So I'm gonna ask you, what are your overall thoughts on Miss Marvel as a series, and where do you put it with the other series on Disney Plus?
No question. At the beginning, I was feeling like it was a teenage kiddie show. Like it might have been for my kids. And then now as I continue to watch it and I get into it and I'm loving it, it's involving everybody. It's kids, it's adults, it's the parents, because I'm a parent. My boy Cabs is a parent. So you could only imagine your little son being Mr. Marvel. And you that's my boy.
I don't think his mom will be too hyped, but I'm
You
like,
see?
go
Don't tell your
ahead,
mama.
go ahead, jump to the store, get some shit.
Don't tell your mama. But you see it from different aspects of the show, and for me, it's been great. I'm into it and invested into it as much as I was into Loki and all those other shows. So I put it up there. It's not, to me, it wasn't a Thor, God and Thunder type of show. Like you guys, I'm guessing that's going to be the new measurement. It wasn't how they didn't miss the mark with the show, is what I meant to say.
Okay.
We need Lay. Where's Lay at with the?
Okay.
Yeah,
No, I explained it.
Yeah.
Using it
so
as
glad you did.
Yeah, because if you would have said it's not Matrix 4, I would have completely understood.
That's
But
exactly what I meant.
it's
That's exactly what I meant.
When you said it's the store, I'm like, hold on, wait.
No, it's not Thor. Like you guys use that as a measurement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so
It's not
fucked
God
up.
and Thunder. That's what y'all been using almost
Love
all
and
day.
Thunder. Yo, it's not Love and
Thunder.
it's not Love and
Not
Thunder.
Love and Thunder. Yeah.
It's not
But-
Love and Thunder. It's not No Way Home. It's Shang-Chi-ish.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. See the measurements? It's Shang-Chi-ish.
Well, you got
it's a
that
good
face
show.
on, so.
What happened?
He said we've been using that reference all day.
Nah, I've heard it a few times in the show.
I've never heard anyone go, it's not Thor Love and Thunder.
Well, not like that.
No,
We've been talking about it.
To be fair, I did compare the whole like the Imam religion shit versus
No.
what Thor and Love and Thunder did. So.
I understand that. But I've never heard someone go, how'd you like Miss Marvel? It's not Thor Love and Thunder.
I feel like
That's
that's,
not
how
a
y'all
thing.
feel.
That's
how
not
y'all
a
feel
thing.
about that
I
movie.
get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying. I completely understand. I completely
it was
understand.
not necessary.
But that face was don't make that a thing here. I don't want to be watching She-Hulk and be like, what's your rating? It's not Thor Love and Thunder. No. I need more.
Or it is. It wasn't necessary.
I need you to be more elaborate than that.
It's either it is or it isn't. There you go.
I actually I saw people online. I saw a post on Instagram saying, "Okay, let's have it. What do you like better, Loki or Miss Marvel?" I'm like, I was like, damn, like,
yeah,
I don't even want to like. All the shows have been so different. I feel weird stacking them up against each other. I mean, I guess Loki is the better show, but I related way more to Miss Marvel.
Yeah, but that makes no that's not fair because Loki actually expanded on the next phase.
That's what I'm saying. They use the big bad. You can't. It's like when people ask me, what I think about Tupac in the spectrum of all rappers. Like, to me, Tupac is not a rapper. So when someone asks me who I think is better, Nas or Tupac, I say Nas because I put Tupac in a whole nother category. Like, Tupac is here, Biggie's somewhere here, and then all other rappers are here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see, like, so that's, like, to me, Loki is the Tupac of these shows where it's like, they used the big villain. He had a whole 40-minute monologue blowout. They expanded on the world. They had great characters. Episode 5 of Loki, you can watch that without watching any MCU, and I think you can still keep up and view it as just a character study of this crazy dude. Episode
Yeah.
5 of Loki is probably some of the best of these shows you're gonna see, where it's just him hanging out with his variants. But like Miss
I'm gonna go watch
Marvel,
that.
yeah, yo, bro, episode 5 of Loki is just
And-
fantastic.
and-
But I
and-
related way more to Miss Marvel.
Yeah, and also with the
All right.
exception of Sam in the last episode of Cap and
100%.
and
The
Moon
speech.
Knight.
The speech.
Yeah, and Moon Knight. That's some of the best acting you're gonna see.
Yeah.
Bro, that's what I was gonna say. Loki, the actor.
I mean, Tom Hiddleston is
Ooh,
just
the witness, the
class-
wittiness, the
top
Yeah.
of his game.
Nah,
top of
bro.
his class. Tom Hiddleston is just an animal. Like
the accent, no homo. It's just, he got the whole thing going.
the whole package.
Yeah.
I don't think you can't say spot a T every time.
That's me. That's me.
I
I know
don't
what
think
he's
that's
doing.
the right
Show-
European accent for him.
Show do a Norwegian accent.
Norwegian.
Who?
Norwegian.
I don't even know what that is.
Come on,
bro.
show you know what it is. Go ahead, give me the accent.
Never mind.
What the
What?
Yes,
See, this is what we
you're
get
supposed to go
canceled.
spotty.
fuck?
Again.
This is when we get canceled.
So that's your accent for everything.
Let me put the disclaimer. The views of Show Enough and Toe Tags are not the overarching views of the Knucklehead nor this channel. Viewer discretion is the advice.
Yo, no, but like I saw people, and again, like it's funny because what Cap said earlier about him not thinking that this show would resonate so much. There's a lot of people that felt that way and have not watched Miss Marvel. I saw an ad on Yahoo saying, why did the MCU introduce the X-Men in a show that nobody's watching? And I said, well, maybe some people can watch it. But like, I think it sucks because I see people talk about Miss Marvel. They're like, yo, I watched the first episode, not into it, I'm out. I'm like, damn, really? And like, did you watch episode 2? Which was like one of the highlights? Like, I don't know. I think people were just out of this show simply because it's a brown girl from Jersey.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's racist.
And the same thing happened. Same thing happened with Falcon and Winter Soldier. People didn't. People put that show
stopped watching
dead last. People put that show dead last.
That show was dope.
I thought that show was incredible.
It's
racial,
too political.
too political. It's too woke.
Black Captain America.
You know what it is? You know what it is?
Walk outside and look at what the fuck's going on.
It shows the possibility of the white man not knowing every fucking thing.
Bro,
and because in the comics when they gave Sam the shield, it was the same thing. Like, no, can't have a black Captain America. What are you doing here? And there was uproar. And it's like, I feel like the same thing happened with an MCU fans. It was like, nah, I don't know how I feel about this. It's like there's a lot of real beautiful stuff that happened in that show.
I can understand if they were to turn around and go, Steve Rogers is now black. Wait a minute. But Sam Wilson has been black since conception. And you made Sam Wilson Captain America, the monarch of Captain America. What's the problem?
You expected him to change.
It's like Miles Morales. He had Spider-Man's power. He took the name Spider-Man. He's Puerto Rican and black. No issue.
Everyone loves Miles too.
Now, if they turn around and was like, Peter Parker is a half black, half Spanish man, where his mother and father died after they came out of a movie theater, and someone tried to rob her fucking pearls and shot her in the face, and the last word that his father said was Martha, then I'll have a fucking issue with it.
It always goes back to Martha.
Bruh.
Then I'll have a fucking issue with it.
Yo, you know what else? I've read. I don't know how big
This
this
is fucking Martha.
this section is, but there's a section that are not watching because they're calling it now the MCU.
Yeah, so
And they're
stupid.
But yo, how many movies do we get with the white male lead? All of them.
All of them. Captain
How many movies have female lead? Black Widow, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
And she's not even the lead.
Yeah, but like, what other movie is female led?
I hate that whole
None.
She-Hulk?
MCU,
What the fuck are we doing?
It's not a movie.
like, bro, I'm telling you, nowadays you add a queer character, oh, it's woke. You add a well-written female character, oh, it's all woman power. Like, bruh, what is the problem?
Word.
I don't see a problem. Yo, in Endgame, when all the ladies get together and they have
Dude.
that shot, I posted it on my Instagram. Like,
That was
wow,
fucking
the
awesome, man.
shot is incredible. And you know what? Some people, yo, I saw the dumbest comment. Like, oh, that scene did nothing to me because Captain Marvel doesn't need any help from them to clear that. I'm like, really? That's what you're going with? That's what your sexist ass is going with? You didn't like the female empowerment moment, so you try to break it down to the point where you say she don't need no help? That's all you got?
Hold on, wait.
Bro.
Thor shouldn't need no help with 1,000 fucking people either.
No, but he's a
Thor is a
but
fucking god.
he's a white guy with long hair. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, you give him the fucking help.
Here's the-
You give
here's
him
the
the
funny
spot.
thing.
T.
Here's the funny thing. People fucking said
He's Australian or yeah, I think so. I think,
I mean,
right?
they still speak English.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's a different accent.
Word.
Yeah.
It's-
Here's the
Go
funny
ahead.
thing.
My
I know a
T
lot of
has
people
spots.
a lot of people who don't read the comics had the problem and like, oh, they forced it. It's a forced moment. Yeah, it was a forced moment. A forced moment. Because they did this shit in the fucking comics.
Word.
An all-female fucking Avengers team. There's grounds for it. And all they did was lay the groundwork. Let's see. Captain Marvel. All right, people had problems with her. Fine. But the Wasp, kick-ass. Wanda, kick-ass. Black Widow, kick-ass. Okoye, kick-ass.
Shuri.
Agent
Pepper.
Carter.
Well, no, she wasn't in that scene, but
Shuri.
Oh, okay.
Shuri, fucking Pepper, when she came down as rescue, it was a moment where you had fucking badass characters just show up and go, oh, Tessa Thompson is Valkyrie, show up and just go, fuck that, we got this.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck yeah, let's
Why
go.
are you looking at gender? Like it's
Yeah.
just like if it would have been the dudes that did that, the females, like I don't see that. I just saw it as a cool moment with badass characters.
Oh,
Yo.
got him.
There's a fucking net somewhere.
Ninja
You know what?
tags.
You know what the crazy thing is? What I don't understand is these same motherfuckers that have a problem with these women who are already in the battle, in the battle
It's
fighting.
not like they just showed up.
Yeah. They have a problem with people who are already fighting, teaming up to help this little boy. The motherly instincts of these women to go protect a little teenage boy that has the fucking gauntlet that's being overrun by all these monsters. Problem. Have no problem with the fucking American Soccer Women League winning the World Cup, or when they do, they cheer for them motherfuckers. They have no problem with Ronda Rousey getting knocked out by fucking Amanda Nunes. They have no problem with that, but they have a problem with people who already fucking fighting, trying to protect the fucking child.
I don't, bro. It's so frustrating.
What?
You know what's funny? To me, it makes no sense in the same way that if somebody's a basketball fan, right, and you put LeBron James.
I don't know what the hell was that.
Chris Paul. That was a.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
That wasn't me.
that was show.
No. I had my hand here.
You have two hands.
For anybody who knows basketball, if you're like, yo, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, they're they're doing something. They're playing in a game, in a fucking fantasy game. All three of them get hurt. And then coming off the bench, you just see Patrick Ewing, Clyde Drexler, Scottie Pippen, Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, all turn around, Charles Barkley, all turn around and go, fuck this, we got this. Real basketball fans would be like, oh shit, all right,
Shit.
we thought we were down, but now these motherfuckers stepped up, let's go.
The monsters.
But now, if you take that same situation, that's what the natural reaction should have been for that moment. And I'm not saying you have to like everything they do. But to sit there and go, that moment was forced. How is that more forced than Cap picking up the fucking hammer?
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say that. Like how?
How is that more forced than on your left and everybody coming through at the same fucking at the moment they need him? Like, come on now.
I don't think that shit was forced at all. I thought it was great. That's one of the first. I literally posted. I said, "Hey, Avengers Endgame spoilers ahead," and literally posted that scene. Like I fanboyed like a maniac. I was like, yes, let's go. That was a good scene. And it's and then they branch off and start doing their thing, and then you have Pepper and Tony back to back just fucking spraying shit. Like,
I teared up with the On Your Left.
All your left is that's.
I cry every time.
Yeah, that means something.
That's meaningful. And even at the end of Winter Soldier, when he wakes up from his he was out for a couple of days, and Sam is just there. He's like, on your left, and then they play the song, the Hustle Man song, Trouble Man, and you just hear it in the back. Yo, I was like, what the fuck, bro? Damn, Marvel, we gotta get back to these moments. That's what these movies are missing. These moments, like, I don't like and it sucks because you know what people are saying? People are saying that the Phase 4 of MCU movies has been so bad that No Way Home was a miracle. I was like, what? They were like, yeah, like these movies are so bad. And now they're basically saying, yo, you take out Toby and Andrew from No Way Home and you just got Far From Home. And I was like, I don't want to admit that, but it's kind of true.
Yeah, we know my issues with No Way Home. But here's why I see people could say that that's the miracle of Phase 4. It's because what they did was they took something that the fans wanted, a little bit of shit we didn't know we wanted or needed, made it sincere, they made it matter, and they made it work. Then you get to what do you call Multiverse of Madness. They put little to nothing what the fans thought or wanted. They didn't make it sincere.
That's crazy.
Who knows how much of this mattered?
Wow.
Because they really didn't do anything.
Especially with her having two mothers, and she was the one who sent it to another universe. That could have hit harder.
That could have hit a lot harder. Yeah.
What could have hit harder? The whole she was afraid that this Doctor Strange was gonna take her powers because the other one tried to. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And for that moment to be with Zombie Strange is a little fucking weird.
That
at
was
the same
dope to
token, instead of him turning around and saying, hey, you already know how to control your powers. You've taken us to every place we needed to go. If she would have turned around and had that look of fear in that moment that, oh, Strange is going to take my powers. And for him to just turn around and go, I don't need to. I trust you. And then you see her try to work out in her mind, like, all right, try this. And it fucking worked. That is a more impactful moment. You get to Thor Love and Thunder. And again, they didn't take in. There's no sincerity. There's no fucking.
That whole movie was not serious at all.
Come on. You have the whole thing. Gore the God Butcher. And at no point, and I don't give a shit what anybody says.
I love when Cap gets like this.
Point did Thor try to convince Gord that there's a necessity for gods. Not all gods are bad. He just turned around and was like, yo, I'm going to pick love. Cool. But what you're showing me is the love for one person out of the entire group of people that believe in you as a hero and as a fucking god.
You're selfish.
You pick one person.
Yeah.
That's not monumentally better than picking no one. Like had he turned around,
That's forced.
but again, had he had turned around, and it would have been something similar to what they said in Miss Marvel, where he accepted that Jane did this and is going to end her life, and it was a thing of she doesn't have to believe in me because I know why she's sacrificing this.
Correct.
Like
Yeah.
something to that effect to show Gord how the relationship, not a romantic love relationship, because that's not what he was looking for, but even within the romantic love, how just the faith in she's strong enough to believe in Thor and his mission. He's strong enough to believe in her, even though it's detrimental. And together, each person is balanced. Something to that fucking effect.
Yeah, we're not writers,
So-
but
So let me ask you a question, Vic. You think that would have hit more? That would have hit harder if the kids were gods, and Gorg kidnapped the kids to kill him,
yo, that might make it a little bit more intense. But
and then
No,
it would be
because
like
if the
he
kids-
chose love because it was like like yo, dude, you lost your child. Why are you gonna kill these ones because they're gods? And something like that.
I don't think personally would have hit harder because I'd have spent the whole time going, you got 27 superpowered kids, and not one of them had tried to stop you, or he would have had to have killed them when the uprising started, because I would have not fucking sat there and did nothing.
yeah, we're gods.
I mean, he has the God Killer sword.
That review that I was watching, Buddy goes, okay, and Thor just goes ahead and gives his powers to kids. Is that from the Thunderbolt? Can you have always done that?
So-
That would have been really fucking effective in Infinity War. That shit had
So,
me
here's
laughing.
the thing.
There is an explanation to it, I know, but I thought
Yeah.
I still found it funny.
Because if you watch the kids' lightning, it is yellow like Zeus's thunderbolt.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not-
yeah. So there was some kind of use for the weapon, even though still weird. And not to go back to Thor, but I was at work. This was yesterday, and everyone knows me as the Marvel guy. And when people got questions like, "Yo, this movie, what happened here?" I got you. Come watch the podcast. But
Facts.
yeah,
Yeah.
this
Come
this
get all your
lady,
knowledge
this
from Phil.
yeah, this lady goes to me. She goes, "Hey, Jonathan, what's up with this Lady Thor?" And I was like, "Well, first of all, it's the mighty Thor.
Get that shit straight.
Let's get it correct, please.
Stop being
And-
sexist.
And two, that comes straight out of the comics." And she was like, "Oh, okay." So we're doing a lot of there's a lot of casuals that are now putting in their opinion. There's a lot of casuals doing that now that have absolutely no knowledge of the comics. And I'm not trying to say I'm some guru. We have a bunch of people in here that know more about comics than I do. And like, I'm not a guru. Like, I still have to watch stuff and get information. Like, theories, I don't like to take theories from other people without naming it. But I mean, the same way these dudes, like, I don't care how much you know about comics. If you're going to make content about comics, you still got to do some kind of research. You're pulling up Wikipedias. It's hard to remember all that shit. So it's like, there's a lot of casuals around here, and they're kind of like messing shit up. And it's like, bro, it's like I feel like Marvel thinks that a lot of people peaked in Endgame and just kind of went off, which is true. But like, now they're pandering to like all of the newbies, and it's like, bro, these people don't appreciate the work. Like, you at this point, I don't think Marvel can pander to newbies and casuals if they don't know the content. And then the problem is, when you do too much of the content, you got people that know the content too well, and it's like, yo, so you have this battle here, which is like, I feel like, Marvel, let's just go back to basics, just do what you do, and stop worrying about it, because you're gonna make $1 billion on every movie regardless. So if the floor is $1 billion, right? The ceiling could be a lot higher if you just focus on the people that have been here from the beginning. Like, at the end of the day, like, it's that old saying, right? You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That's literally what Marvel's going through right now. There is a lot of Marvel hate out there. I don't know if you guys been keeping up with comments. I read it on Facebook. It is crazy. And then a lot of people, most of them are old fans. Me, I'm here for the ride until the wheels fall off because I have been here from the beginning and I've been there way before that. Like, some of these people talk about the MCU all day long, but ain't never seen Blade.
Yeah.
If you ain't seen Blade, you can't talk to me. You can't sit in this table if you ain't seen Blade. Feel me? Like, if you really want to talk about who started this shit, Blade made enough money to keep comic book movies, essentially keep the lights on.
Yeah.
So it's like
And
Marvel.
and also Howard the fucking Duck.
Yeah,
let's not bring that up.
it gotta be brought up.
He's
but
bagging bitches.
like, some of y'all saw Spider-Man and y'all feel like y'all could say something like, nah, bro, there was there's a lot of other shit that happened. Like,
Yeah.
if you ain't watched Blade Trinity, like, you don't know how bad it really can get. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like, you don't know
Triple H.
how bad it can get. So I just closing minutes, I love Miss Marvel. I think that Marvel has something good with these shows. I've said it here. If we got to do shows moving forward and then just get together for the Avenger level events, I'm okay with that. But that also doesn't make sense in a business standpoint because not everybody has Disney Plus. Not everybody's watching these Disney Plus shows. And a lot of these people aren't resonating with these characters from Disney Plus. This isn't Iron Man we're talking about. Like, you put Iron Man and Moon Knight, my mother know who Iron Man is.
Yeah, but let's not forget. See, now here's the old school fan who knows too much about too much.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, Iron Man wasn't shit before they came out with that movie. He's only big in the comics now because of the movie.
Cat?
So when people turn around and go, "Oh, Iron Man's my favorite. Iron Man's the linchpin. Iron Man was nothing before."
If you didn't watch that cartoon, I am Iron Man. You can't talk to me, son. You can't talk to me.
But
like,
my problem is they're not doing interesting. They're not doing, or for me, again, I'll speak just for myself. The stories they're telling they're no longer compelling. Because even if you want to bring up like the Ant-Man movies are the palate cleansers, they still it was an interesting heist.
It wasn't a heist.
You had Lewis who did his little crazy storytelling thing. It was interesting. Ant-Man and the Wasp, you had Ghost Story, which was like shit. Imagine getting stuck in this place and you're phasing in and out. Like, they did interesting shit.
Yeah.
They introduced the quantum realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though that movie's lighter, they did something interesting. It was captivating enough for it to be a true palate cleanser where you can be like, all right, I can go and watch this movie and have fun and not have to worry about the world ending and blah, blah, blah. Like,
do you think Ant-Man is better than Love and Thunder?
Yeah.
Do you think Ant-Man is better than Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah.
The only reason I say no to that is because even though Multiverse of Madness is not great and the fucking heel turn Wanda does comes out of nowhere, that 20 minutes where she's a horror fucking villain,
yeah,
that is good.
Interesting.
That is
Interesting.
good.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Sam Raimi got to play in his box, and I'm a Sam Raimi fan. So all that creepy shit, that worked. But the reason I don't like the movie is because 20 minutes does not make a 2-hour movie good.
Yeah.
And it's funny, we mentioned it here, just a couple little writing tweaks in that movie, and it could have been a banger.
Yeah, a couple of little writing tweaks in Thor: Love and Thunder, and we're having a different conversation.
I think it would have needed a lot more tweaks, but I hear what you're saying. I mean, I honestly, I like Multiverse of Madness way more than both of the Ant-Mans, 100%. But if we're talking about Ant-Man and Love and Thunder, and look, I don't want to like go back on my words. Ragnarok is an amazing movie, but it's a lot of comedy stuff too, which I did enjoy. I love Ragnarok. I'm not trying to talk shit about Ragnarok, but like in the grand scheme of things, I'm more of a Winter Soldier. And I know that's cheating. But like if we're picking trilogies, I'm picking the Captain America trilogy every single time.
Yeah.
And you know, don't tell me nothing about, oh well, Civil War isn't really his movie.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. And if you really want to look into that, let's look at Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is in the title, but that movie is 100% about Wanda Maximoff.
Yes.
We got more of her arc than we did his. In Civil War, all those people showed up, but that shit is still about Captain America's loyalty to Bucky and the choices he had to make with his relationship to Iron Man and Tony. Like that movie, like the big 20-minute battle in the airport, there's like another half-hour movie after that where it's literally all Captain, Winter Soldier, and Iron Man. So it's like, that's how you do that. That's how you introduce a bunch of characters in a movie and still respect the person whose movie this belongs to.
Yeah.
Feel me? Like
I would argue. Well, you're talking about trilogies, but so there's nothing really to argue there. But I would argue anybody that Guardians of the Galaxy 1 has to be one of the top movies in the MCU. Rewatching the entire MCU, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 was one of the few movies I watched with so much like
joy.
It was almost like I watched it for the first time again.
It was jolly.
Yes.
It was jolly.
That and when Yondu got his send-off in Guardians 2.
Yeah.
That was one of the best moments in a movie.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you feel that the score for Guardians of the Galaxy definitely because
it helped. It helped.
Yo,
it
man.
helped a lot.
How you start a movie? Hey, what's the? And then you just see start, and it's funny because not a lot of people knew who the Guardians were. There was comic book fans that didn't really know them that well, and then there was MCU people that had no fucking idea who the Guardians were. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And the only reason I know about the Guardians is because of little shit that I knew from back then. But I gotta be honest, they were pretty much new to me too. Yeah. The only reason I knew who they were is because of relationships they had to other people that were bigger names. But man, the colors, the music, the comedy, Drax. Shout out to Batista for fucking bodying that fucking role. Yeah. My God, Guardians is almost perfect, like you said.
And the one thing is that movie set up an Avengers movie, even though it came out afterwards. It came out afterwards, right?
Yeah, because it brought Thanos back.
It shows you can have so many different characters. Every single one of those characters were different. Yondu was different. Peter Quill was different. Gamora, Drax, fucking Groot, Rocket Raccoon, Nebula, even the Accuser, the Nova Corps. Everyone was different. There wasn't people that was like, all right, these guys are kind of the same. Or you didn't go, Peter Quill is definitely Iron Man. No. They're totally different from everyone else.
Peter Quill was Peter Quill.
Yes.
I don't think you can say Peter Quill's anyone in the MCU.
No.
No.
You know what's funny? The Guardians are so obscure that even for me, when they were like, they're making a Guardians movie, I was like, oh, cool. I'm finally going to get to see Vance Archer. Because that's who's in charge of the Guardians when I was reading them. I didn't even know who Star-Lord is.
No, it was like, son.
I was like, who the fuck is Star-Lord?
Like, knowing about a lot of people knew about the Guardians because, you know, Nova Corps, you know, and shit like that. And people that they've, like, buddied with. But, like, yo, and, like, you said it, man. Almost the perfect movie.
Yeah.
And to think, I will say this to my end days, to think that Winter Soldier and Guardians came out in the same year. Yo, arguably number 1 and number 2 movies of the MCU.
Yes.
I mean, if you remove Infinity War, them,
of
and
course.
look, yeah, like when I talk about ranking movies, Infinity War, Infinity War and Endgame is a 6-hour movie broken into 2 for me. You feel me?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like we spoke about it, and we had a bloodbath about it. Oh my goodness gracious!
That
Yeah.
was Sylvester Stallone character.
That's
No.
Punisher and Captain America put together, mixed in with Rambo.
No, so and I got the name is Astro, Vance Astro. That's the Guardians team I knew.
I had no idea who those people were.
He
Oh wait, who
That.
did Sylvester Stallone play then?
he played. I'm gonna find it right now for you guys. Trust me, if he would have played him, I would have lost my mind in Guardians too.
That would have been cool, actually. But yeah, and the whole Groot thing, like, man, like, what a special flick. But it's like, you know, if you and yo, listen, I will hear your arguments about Winter Soldier being better than Infinity War. I will hear your argument. I will hear it. You can talk that shit. Let me hear something. I'm down because
Yeah.
like I say it all the time. The great thing about Winter Soldier is that you can strip down all the Marvel shit and still have a really good spy espionage movie.
Yeah.
The gadgets, you know, this rogue agent, you know, helping out another agent who was taken from the do you think that removing Iron Man?
So he played this dude, Starhawk.
Oh God. Yeah, we can't give him that outfit.
Yeah.
We can't give him that outfit. We couldn't have done that.
I think Stallone would have pulled
Why
it
not?
off though.
That
That
looks pretty cool.
would have
yeah.
fit. That would have fit a lot better.
Yeah.
So like, do you think like the loss of Iron Man, you know, RDJ, Chris Evans, do you think the loss of them impacted more than you thought it would? I honestly thought that the MCU of this new phase, I thought the MCU would be fine, and I'm not saying that the MCU is not fine. MCU's fine, guys. To all you out there, MCU's fine, but there's been a couple slip ups.
No, you know, I don't think it's the loss of Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans because the lack of writing. We already seen that Black Panther's sister is just as smart as Tony Stark, and she can make the technology. But Sam Wilson picked up the mantle of being the leader and the inspiration of any movie or anybody in Cap and Winter Soldier, the TV show Falcon and Winter Soldier. That it was like, okay, if he's the guy now, I can follow him.
Yeah.
There's no actor that's come in that's weak compared to his predecessor. It's the writing. And mostly it's the writing of the characters we already knew.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because if Moon Knight turns into the new Hawkeye on the team, he's not lesser than him.
At all. He's more.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're benefiting from that. And if Black Widow's sister becomes the new Black Widow, we're benefiting from that.
Which is like confirmed already. She is Black Widow, you know.
You know what I'm saying?
For all intents and purpose at the moment, she is Black Widow.
Yeah. And if we get Kamala Khan as the new Spider-Man and damn, I forgot her fucking name. The one who took over Hawkeye's Kate Bishop as like
which
a
is
new
Hawkeye, she's Hawkeye. Yeah.
Which is or like let's say a new Ant-Man type shit because you know she's the protege. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not losing anything. It's the writing that's suffering right now.
Picture this. When we get to the whole Avengers team up, we have a few scenes where Clint has been training her in archery this whole time, and then she meets up with who? Shang-Chi. What is Shang-Chi gonna do? What he does in the comics, and make people better fucking fighters. She already has an established base that she can learn from. Now imagine the next force of the Avengers. So Avengers 1 again comes out. This new Avengers comes out. Everybody's finding their place. But by the time the second one comes, Shang-Chi has trained Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop, Yolana's out there doing it. Like the team's gonna be just as fucking strong now.
Yeah. I hope we see. I'm ready for more Shang-Chi at this moment. I want to see what he is up to. I was thinking about this earlier today on the way home. I want to see what Shang-Chi's doing.
Yeah, I'm surprised that hasn't popped up at all.
I think it's coming. If my dude from Screen Crush is correct, we might be seeing Shang-Chi a lot sooner than we think. And
in the Marvels?
In the Marvel. Well, I don't know if he'll be in there, but reference to the beacon and the rings. I mean, when they found the bangle, the 10 rings logo was there. He is connected.
Yeah.
Miss Marvel and Shang-Chi are connected.
You know, I didn't notice that until the Easter eggs.
No, I noticed it fucking immediately. They zoomed out. I said, well, after looking at the blue arm, I was like,
yeah,
why is that bangle on the fucking Kree arm? What is happening? And then they zoom out, and I saw the rings. I said, yo, what the hell? So, yeah. And, my last statement, Hawkeye, you were great. Great show. Lovely surprise.
Yes.
Because Wanda's obviously Wanda, fucking Winter Soldier. Because it was Wanda, Winter Soldier, Loki. And then we're like, yeah, there's a Hawkeye thing happening over there. And then we ran out of those 3 shows. We had nothing to watch. And then Hawkeye pulls up to save the motherfucking day.
Right.
Love Hawkeye. Love the crazy arrows. Good car scene. Love Kate Bishop.
Yo, the elevator scene between Kate and
Yelena.
the new... I've said it a million times, and I say it 1,000,001. Just give me a series with them two just talking.
I'm down. The whole macaroni and cheese scene in the apartment. Give me a couple shorts with them. Like, can I have Cap? Give me a 20-minute short that Kate Bishop takes Yelena out for her Sex in the City thing around New York.
Like she wanted to do with the...
Like she wanted to do with her sister, with Natasha. Hello.
Yo,
I will pay you what you need me to pay. You want me to pay regular admission for a movie to be able to download this on my Disney Plus? I got you. I've been saying it forever. I want more of them. Like if you could give me the tag team that I'm looking forward to the most right now, it's probably Yelena and Kate Bishop. And second would probably be Kamala and Spider-Man, because that's gonna get messy. Someone's gonna die.
Yo, and that whole scene, she keeps calling her Kate Bishop.
Yeah,
she keeps saying her name. Why do you want to bring me here, Kate Bishop? Like, what do you think about this dress on me, Kate Bishop?
Yeah,
like,
the whole time
fucking saying that.
The whole time she's just calling her Kate Bishop.
Yeah,
and it was good in that scene where she was like, "Are you just saying my name so that you can let me know that you know it?" She was like, "Yeah." And like, even when she was like, "Oh, because you would have killed me already." She's like, "Yeah." Like when I walked in, yo, Yelena's so funny. She stole Black Widow. She stole that movie single-handedly. Yes. She just ran away with it, and then she pulls up here the last 2 episodes of Hawkeye and sort of steals the show there too. She's good. Yeah. Shout out Florence Pugh, man. You're killing it, girl. You're killing it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to be this guy, but I got to do it. The next Marvel show is She-Hulk.
Yes.
What are we feeling about this show?
I'm excited.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped.
Said I've never seen it. My apologies. I fucked up. Word. I've been talking.
You've been talking for a long time, so I thought.
Wait. Show.
It's coming out. It's not out yet.
You never seen She-Hulk?
She-Hulk. No. I haven't seen that one.
Where were you? Where have you been? It comes out next month.
Yeah, it's not out yet.
Bruh.
So
I seen it.
You motherfucker.
You know what's I Am Groot is also coming out, but those are just like shorts.
Okay.
They're like 10 to 15 minutes. There's like 5 of them.
That shit that's for kids. That one I don't care.
I think that I'm still gonna watch it because Marvel can literally shit on a plate and I'll pay to watch. But
I'm not,
legit.
I'm not that loyal to anything.
Bing bang.
I'm sorry that you're not that loyal to anything. For
Yo.
real.
My favorite rock band, Coheed and Cambria.
Ooh.
I own almost every CD they've ever made except for 3, because that to me, I'm like, nah, I'm not listening to this shit.
I mean, don't take me too serious sometimes. Clearly, the only person that I'll watch some shit is probably my son, and I'm not gonna pay him for it. We have bathroom talks all the time. That kid, I don't know, that kid just loves to talk while I'm taking a shit. Like, get away from me. I'll be in there too. It's bonding, but like, so I'm gonna watch it just cause, but I'm not too excited about I Am Groot. But She-Hulk, I'm excited. We have been talking a lot about the DODC, and it looks like Abomination is in like a similar cell. They might go into what he's doing in Shang-Chi, but honestly, I am feeling the New Girl kind of sitcom vibe that they're going for. I am the first thing I noticed when I watched that trailer was the sitcom vibe that it had to it. So I'm like, okay, let me see what you got. They fixed up her face a lot. It still is super like Uncanny Valley, but they fixed a lot. Her new look. I saw some new leaked images. She looks great. So yeah, I'm down for some kooky, funny, bro. Like in the comics, She-Hulk is kind of promiscuous. She fucks. Yeah, she fucks, bro. Like so like it's gonna be funny looking at these dudes just all up and down the street with this big ass green chick. Toe's gonna hate life watching this fucking TV show. Like that should be me.
Word.
Like so, I'm hyped to see the whole, New Girl kind of sitcom-y vibe it has. I'm interested. I'm not gonna get myself too hyped though.
I'm hyped for it just for the fact that we get to see the Hulk outside of this motherfucker writing him. Who's this guy's name from Ragnarok? Tayo Tangini?
Taika Waititi?
Yes. We get to see the Hulk now with like some common sense.
Do you think we're gonna see him smash?
Well, hold on.
Probably. No, I'm talking.
Hulk was an Endgame.
No, I'm talking about long played. Like in Ragnarok, he had his own character and character growth. Like that was more Hulk's movie than Thor. Like it was equal parts. You know what I'm saying? And you get to see a stupid ass Hulk. Now I want to see this character for real. And he's teaching his cousin or whoever this is. And this woman can be whoever she wants. You know what I'm saying? Because I honestly think the same way that you guys are perceiving this as a sitcom and all that stuff, it's going to be a misperception. The same way that everybody thought that Kamala Khan was going to be a teenage love story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think this is going to be one of those shows that's like, yo, you got to watch She-Hulk.
So you think they're going to you think Hulk is going to smash? You think it's going to be some like...
Yeah. Either that,
I'm down. I hope he gets to smash so everybody could just be quiet about it, because I know y'all want to see Hulk smash.
No, yeah, it's either that or it's gonna be one of those things like we're gonna see a strong woman be powerful without her power. Like she's gonna be a lawyer. Like in the beginning, you're gonna see her be like, "Oh, I don't know how to be this Hulk woman," and then you're gonna see her grow into, nah, fuck that. So I may be the strongest woman in the world, but I'm also a fucking badass lawyer, and I'm gonna out lawyer the shit out of you.
So you're saying potentially there's a good arc brewing here?
Yes, I think so.
I hear you. There's a good arc cooking here. I like it. What do you think about it, Cap?
I hate to say it.
Cautiously optimistic.
No, as Phase 4, it's that famous phrase: "Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice." No, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
I've been 3 times, you ain't gonna fail me again.
So from this point forward, I have no choice but to be that guy. This blank is gonna suck. Prove me wrong.
I mean, damn. I don't think the show. I don't think the shows deserve that. The movies maybe, but I don't think the shows deserve that.
Everything, because I'm not, like I said, I went into Miss Marvel going, this is probably not going to be for me. And I was proven wrong. So
But
I'm going into everything.
This,
This
but
is
you know
not.
something?
None of this is going to be good. Prove me wrong.
okay.
That's
Let me,
actually
let
a
me
good.
watch this.
That's
and
actually
see-
good.
prove me wrong.
Keep
That's
the
a-
expectations low. I hear you.
That's a better way to go in there than Spider-Man. I hated every moment of it because I thought it was gonna be better than this. What I thought they were gonna have fucking quantum physics in it, and they didn't. Like if you went because I thought Spider-Man was gonna suck. That's how low expectations. I literally made myself hate Spider-Man every time the trailer came on because I didn't want any hypeness. I wanted to go in there straight out clean slate. When people were like, "Oh, this guy's
Good
gonna be in the
idea.
movie," I wanted to be on some fuck you. They can't afford him. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted this to be like the 1980s fucking Fantastic Four movie when I went to go see it. That was the fucking expectations I had.
Yeah. Again, my problems with No Way Home
Or personal.
is
Yeah.
no. You don't piss down my leg and tell me it's raining. Like they told me
Yeah.
information that I know is categorically false, and try to play it off as if it's true.
No, I get it. And yeah, like, and, there is, I'm a big believer in sometimes, like, understanding that, this is crazy and this is a movie and this is a stupid universe and comic books are nuts and, just relieving belief, like going in there like, okay. And, what's fucking even crazier, like I had low expectations for Thor and it was, it was good. It was, it was cute. Too cute, So, but I think it's a good way to view it, Cap. Just we've been saying it for a little while now. Just keep the expectations in check, because everyone is expecting every movie to be an Avengers level event, and oh Nelly, it's not. It hasn't been. In fact, some of the more chill stuff is what's been more captivating, at least to me.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi got a little mystical towards the end. Riding, like, I don't think you needed to ride the dragon, but the dragon is part of the lore. I get it, but I don't think you needed all that.
Here's where we differ. Because you can't put a dragon in a movie and not have somebody ride the goddamn thing. Why the fuck is the dragon there then?
No. I'm okay.
I'm fucking with you.
No. Ride it. No, you better ride the damn dragon. Just maybe we didn't need to put the dragon in there. But like, what I'm trying to say is, like, if the movie would have just ended with a fight between him and Dad, and then just like a nice reconciliation moment between the both of them, cool. I did like that the dad was like, "No, fuck this. I'm finishing the mission." A la Arnold. I'm finishing the mission. I'm opening that door. I don't give a fuck who stands in the way. I do respect that about him, which is cool, but I don't think we needed all of that. So Marvel, like, in my opinion, nowadays, I've been watching for so long, I don't need the big action scene anymore. I don't need it. I'm okay with exposition and world building and just people talking. I don't need the big explosions anymore. If you want to put an action scene, cool. I know people feel a certain way when there isn't a huge action scene around, but I'm fine. I'm fine with no action. But
I keep saying it to the cows come home, man. I just want compelling, interesting writing.
Yeah.
Just give me something that's gonna make me question my view on something, or actually when I leave the theater, actually give me something to think about.
Yeah.
Alongside cool visuals. Like,
and not just goat screaming.
Yeah. If I can walk out of your movie and not have a single thought in my head, you failed. Because even certain comedies that I like, I watched the Impractical Jokers movie. That's not a movie.
There's a movie? Oh.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. And I walked out of there super happy because I connected with it. That's all I want to do. I just want to connect to the goddamn movie.
And
take it back to the golden years, 2014.
Real quick before we go, because we're running over. But I know this is Lay's favorite movie, Eternals. And he's not here to hear me say this, but You know what's crazy? This is the crazy shit. The Eternals were relatively gods that were here to keep, intelligent life, at the population at a high level, so
To keep humanity progressing, yeah.
yeah, so that way the celestial can be born from the planet.
Yeah.
And they sat there and they said, "Yo, these humans are something special. We gotta fight for them. We gotta, save them." What the fuck were the other gods doing? The fuck,
Like-
Zeus is just sitting there going, "I don't give it." Like, I'm not even gonna look at you, fucking guys. I'm just gonna fuck. I'm gonna fuck that horse bitch. That's a god. There's a god of horses.
I mean,
but-
that's kind of what gods would
Yeah,
do.
but
Just
the thing
fuck.
is, like Zeus wasn't born 187 years old. Like Thor had to grow up sometime. Zeus raped a woman to get Hercules. So you had to be in there with some humans. Like, I understand Zeus may be another complete asshole, but every other fucking god? You're telling me that Thor's the only one that goes, "You know what? Let me go down to fucking Earth and fight a goddamn demon, because I feel like it." Like,
Essentially,
really?
yeah.
Like, really? The other, you just introduced gods who we thought were fake because the Eternals said they were. And they're being watched by the fucking Celestials. So the Eternals, the Celestials, and these gods all coexist.
The
And you don't
biggest
give a fuck.
One of the biggest mistakes of that movie was putting Celestials in there and not saying anything about
and
it.
the crazy shit is, you don't give a fuck about the people you need to worship you. Didn't he say if there's no one to worship you, then forget about you and you pretty much don't want to exist anymore? Don't worry, there's always someone to worship me. What?
Can I just point out
The math don't add up.
to your point? I think if you watch like the Easter egg thing, one of the gods there is the god, is the Black Panther god. the one that they
Yes.
pray to.
Fast.
You mean to tell me that all she does is produce fucking warriors, and when it comes time to battle, she ain't gonna fucking step up and be like, "You know what? I'll help you out."
Yeah. Where's the god of war?
Yeah,
The god of war. Where?
Yeah, Hercules sit up there. Where the fuck is Ares at?
How is
We saw
Hercules
his
gonna
head
sit?
in Sakaar?
How is Hercules gonna sit there and go, "I'm not gonna fuck with the dude that could kill me, but let me go kill every human in the world because I'm a badass mother"? What?
Let me go fuck up Thor, the only one who was trying to help.
Like, yo, we're stuck in a blender and we're saving lives. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, gods, like, yo, we've been putting in work for the last couple of years. We're gonna need a relief. Like, it's night shift. Like, we trying to go home. Get over here and clock in already. That is funny.
Like, can y'all not understand that a fucking Titan who was made to fight the gods, we had to fucking get every person in the galaxy to fight this nigga? Hello?
Yo,
Do something.
Doctor Strange fucking lost his mind trying to kill this dude.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if y'all pulled up. Like, that's kind of the whole thing about the MCU and comics in general, where it's like, yo, where's everybody else at? This is kind of the thing. It was just a lot easier to contain it in comics. Now in the movies, it's like, these are real questions. Yo, where's everybody at? It's real convenient. It's convenient story devices. Yeah, that's all.
And the thing is, all they had to really do was Zeus going like if Thor's like, "Yo, we need your help," or whatever. He goes, "Nah, we're staying up here. We don't fuck with people." But whatever. He says, "No,
That's kinda-
these people forgot about us. Fuck them."
That's kind of what they did. But what would have been cool if
They
Zeus
solidified the fuck them.
If Zeus would have been like, Thor, I didn't respond to your first call a little while ago. I'm not gonna respond to this one.
Yeah.
I'm not going where the humans are. Get out of my face. And then everybody's thinking like, when did Thor try to get the gods involved? Was it Endgame? Whoa, that's cool. And that's it. We don't even need no more. We don't need anything else.
Yo,
Just that.
Or to take it even one step further, as we go around this round table, if Zeus would have turned around and echoed what Salma Hayek fucking said, where Thor's like, yo, this dude's killing gods and blah blah blah, and Zeus would have been like, yeah, but you and your friends brought everybody back and stopped Thanos. You can't go stop him.
Yeah.
You can't grab your friends and go stop him real quick.
What are those guys that you were with? The Revengers?
Yeah.
I don't know where the motherfuckers is at, Zeus. I got no place else to go. Like, yeah, just little tidbits. I'm telling you, like, I don't know if it's just us expecting too much or just them not doing enough.
I
Like,
think it's them not doing enough.
maybe start watching all of these movies before you make a movie. Like, have people just devour the MCU. You did that shit in a week.
Yeah.
You would have done it in 3 days if they was paying you millions of dollars.
Word.
you would have been on a freaking Mountain Dew and Dorito high
Yeah.
and would just banged out the whole MCU in 3 days if they're giving you $1 million. What
I'll
you
bang
need
out
sleep for? You got $1 million.
Yeah, I'll bang out the fucking MCU right now before work.
Yeah.
Fuck around.
Yeah.
Fuck around. With
Let's
the
get-
TV shows.
Well, let's watch, and I get it.
Yeah.
Like if Feige tells you, just make your movie, let me connect it. Like, nah, Feige, for sure. But I'm still gonna have my team watch these movies and give me some kind of notes
Yeah.
because it's like fuck.
Not yeah. Like continuity.
And I'm not telling you
Needs
to
to
connect
exist.
everything. I'm just telling you to think twice about some things that might bring up questions. It's kind of like when you do a book report and you know it's an A+, but you do B minus C+ shit in there. Like, they won't notice that. They're gonna notice it, and
It's
you're gonna
like-
get that B.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna notice it.
It's like you tell your boy like, yo, if anybody asks, I was chilling with you tonight. And then your girl asks him like, oh no, I don't know where that nigga's at.
Yeah, I don't-
Hello.
Yeah. I'm not
Hello?
telling you to watch. I'm not telling you to watch the whole MCU to connect things. I'm just telling you to watch the MCU, see if you could pick up a little tidbit.
Know the
See,
history
that'll be
of
nice
Thor.
to call back to.
I'm not even asking for that. I'm just asking that within the movie you fucking make, write a compelling fucking story.
A complete fucking sentence.
We need better writers, and we need to give the VXX, the visual effects people, we need to give them a break. Apparently, like, with everything that's going on, Marvel is like overworking these people, which is why we get crappy quality. Which, if you put out something that's crap and you're trying to like save face, you gotta give us enough time. I don't know who to believe here, but Marvel is a big money machine, which I could see them making, like, overworking people. I can see that. So yeah, maybe we just don't have to put out so much stuff. Like, maybe one movie a year, one or two shows.
No. Fuck
Yeah.
that. A show can do it.
Let's bring it back. I don't know. Maybe there's too much.
I'm not
I don't
saying
know.
I can do it.
Give Show
I'm
50
with you,
million
Ken.
money.
Yeah, let's do it.
Give Show 50 million money. I bet you he'll make all those movies in one night.
Nah, Cabs, I'm with you, man. Let's pare it back. Let's give us room to miss the MCU.
Yeah.
Like, let us have a movie, lull over it, and then turn around and be like, yo, it's been a while, man. What the fuck's happening? Did they stop making movies? And then boom, hit us with another one. And we're like,
Nah.
cool. And then let us relax.
Because
You
like,
know what?
don't get me wrong, like, a few Marvel movies would always come out like every year since it started, like a few, or maybe one or two, or maybe even three sometimes. But now we got these shows, and now we got these shorts, and now we got people so highly invested in the MCU that during the pandemic they were over here, watching Easter egg videos and catching up on stuff. So now you have, I think Marvel is worried about the hunger that people have in between these movies, so they're just pumping them out. And me personally, I don't want to break. Give me all the Marvel stuff you got. Give it to me, please. But maybe for the writers, for the cast, for the overall arcing picture that is the MCU and how the populace reacts to it, maybe it's okay to scale it down. We had like 4 shows in 2021. We are on our 3rd of 2022.
You know what
A lot
happens when
going
you
on.
take a break, Cabs? You get Batman. You know what happens when you take a break, Cabs? You get this fucking thing that plays the Flash. That's what the fuck happens when you take a break. All right? Don't give me this bullshit.
I'm okay. Yo, give me all the
Yo.
Marvel stuff.
Yo, dude, there's 80,000 people that want to be directors. Read a book and then make the fucking movie. Yo, Cap, you want to submit to fucking the Marvel? Pick up the phone and start fucking dialing. You know what I'm saying? Show, you want 50 million monies? Pick up the phone and start fucking dialing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm saying. Come on, Marvel. Stop with the bullshit. We had 20 years.
They pick up.
20 years of movies. Pick up the phone and start fucking dialing. You're telling me that when all you had to do was stay home and be on your computer, we overworked you. Bitch, during the beginning of the fucking pandemic, towards the end of the pandemic until now, I had to go to work every fucking day. So don't give me this shit.
Hopefully moving forward, like out of all this pandemic stuff, they could like get into stride again.
To be 100% fair, VX artists, visual effects artists, have some of the worst working fucking conditions and most unrealistic expectations put on them. Before the pandemic even started.
Yeah.
If you work on video games and or special effects for movies, you have to love what you do, because it will fucking grind you to a halt.
You're doing 15-hour days.
From everything that I've heard and read and people's accounts when they used to do it, and it is not a fucking glamorous. I just come here and I get to paint a 3D model. Like
shit.
Yo, by the way, if you want to reach Marvel, you need to dial 616. Try
That's
that.
true.
Oh, I've been dialing 836.
Yeah.
We shit on 838 so much. I honestly, Cap, I thought you were just fucking up the numbers on purpose.
No, I was trying to get the numbers right, but that's how little I give a shit about the fucking
838. And on that note,
and on that note, because you see, Show, he's like, give me free.
That's so messed up. That's so messed up, but so funny at the same time.
Yo, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing